What's going on, my brothers? Good to be here. Station, come on, Robbie. My man hit
Station.
10K. Good to have Bueller here. My man Bob. Dude, I feel like it's been forever for me because I missed last month's monthly show. But, dude, I missed you guys, and it's good to be hosting, man. That feels even longer. That feels like
Now, when you host, you have to show up.
You have to. I was gonna just give Robbie my account and just let him sign in, and
I would have done it on my channel. I wouldn't.
But yeah, man, dude, it's good to be back. Yeah, I'm just glad I didn't have no damn migraine for that one because I missed last month, man. That was a bummer. But
You missed, my friend.
Yeah, we missed you.
Dude, yeah, man.
We had hope for you to hold just pop up.
I was really about trying to,
Yeah.
but I just kept getting sick, man, and I kept telling Fable too. I was like, dude, I feel so bad. he's like, dude, just get better, man. It's like it's no biggie. But I'm here now, guys, and then we had a better month this time, so whatever. 5 weeks, even though I can only talk about 4 weeks of books, because I didn't get my books. I didn't tell you dude, it's snowing out here, bro. Legit snowstorm today. April Fool's joke on my ass, you know what I mean? Or on the whole town, but it's legit snowing. It's ridiculous. I go out and it's like you can't even see when I was driving. It was nuts, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
Well, that really does suck, and it's unfortunate because I think that this was the best and strongest week for comics in March.
Yeah,
by far.
I know you were hyping up Sea of Sorrow, so I made sure to read that, and I read Stray Dogs too, but that was last week. So
and Decorum, don't forget Decorum. That was one of his favorites.
Yeah,
Decorum's pretty
good. Always is.
I got issues with Decorum, man.
I got 7 issues of Decorum.
Decorum rocks.
So are we going? Is that the first book we're going to talk about, Dylan?
Are we live?
Are we live?
Hey, Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
Happy birthday,
hey, Dylan.
everybody.
It's not for like.
Are there people in the chat?
5 more days.
Yeah, I see them.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Nice.
We're talking about the best comic books of March according to our
Is that what this one is?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
See, I told
bring my books, man.
All right.
You didn't mess up, Dylan. It's fine. You have your own style.
They think it's the whole thing's the April Fool's monthly comic show review. They're like,
yeah, you should just end the stream right now. Just end it right now. Thanks for coming, everybody.
April Fools, we're not doing
There were some really good books this month. We'll see you next month.
Right. But I guess Sea of Sorrows we could talk about. And I didn't read Decorum, so you could speak on it, Robbie, if you'd like. I know.
Well, I would like to reveal my favorite comic book of the month, which will be a big shocker.
Okay.
All right.
And it's Decorum number 7.
God.
What a shocker.
Oh my God.
I freaking love this book. This book is amazing. The artwork, the story, it's a very simple story. It's about yes, it is. It's about a guild of assassins. It's about a guild of assassins, and it's about a new trainee being trained by one of their best agents. Mm-hmm. Then you've got this Church of the Singularity. You've got this egg thing, and everybody's after the egg. And in this one, you get the crux of what's going to happen in the final issue. Like it all gels together completely. There's a lot of world building. There's a lot of extra information. I think that confuses people, and maybe the artwork does, but it's a very simple story. It's taken a bit to get there because this is a book that is style as substance. Okay, so the style of this book is a part of the experience. The artwork, the changing styles, the not knowing exactly what's going on, but being able to enjoy each scene. And each scene does have its own artistic expression, and I feel like that's tied in to the idea of they want you to just experience this book. And then I trust Hickman, and I usually by the end, I get it. And this was the one that cemented it for me. I freaking love this book. I don't know why I get so much crap for it. Look at that. Look at that.
Well, you always pick it.
Because it's like the best comic book on shelves, man.
Come on.
What was better? Look at that.
Huh?
What was better than this week?
Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill was great. But, I mean, Decorum did something other comics don't do.
No, wait. You said that the final issue. When is the final issue?
It should be the last issue is number 8. And I don't know whenever, because this took forever for this one to come out, right?
Okay.
I'll see if we got a date for it.
All right. So
I love it.
There's one more or what?
There's one more issue.
Okay. I didn't know that for sure. I didn't know if it was.
What the hell? I thought it ended on 7.
May 5th is the current date right now. May 5th. Okay. May 5th. Current date.
Yeah, Decorum is one of my favorites.
Decorum's awesome.
The Decorum.
It is trippy.
So I got a few things to say about this book. First of all, there are things that I totally agree with Robbie on. The art is amazing. I think that the tonal shifts that happen inside of the book are just they're masterful, absolutely masterful. The dialogue I love. I love the building of the Assassin's Guild, and there are a couple of the characters. Where this book falls short for me is, and I'm glad it was $3.99, because really I counted. There are 20 pages in this book that don't do anything and have no bearing on the story.
There you go.
Yeah.
And 20 pages, literally, it's like a 38-page book, and 28 pages of it is just stuff that has no bearing on the story. So, and a bunch of them have been that way. The other part of it is that, like, in issues 1 and 2, there were some things that happened that I still am not sure about what the hell that stuff was about.
Bob, it's a very simple story.
No, hold on. And I'm really hoping, and I know that I know what you mean, Robbie, about this being cemented, because now I'm starting to get the crux of what's happening and what's about to happen. But I have a feeling we're not going to circle back to those events in books 1 and 2, so we understand what those things were. The other thing is that with the world building and the extra stuff that he's added, a lot of it has no relevance to what we're actually reading. And so that's kind of misleading, and it kind of throws me off. But having said that, it's really, really does give me hope for how comics can be created in the future, because there's some things that are being done inside of here that are just masterful. Huddleston's artwork inside of here is just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. The painted style that he uses on some of the, like, there's a page in here with the guy with the egg. That's just amazing. The creatures that's being done. I love those parts where they pull the color back and it's just monotone. And then you get a real emotional tone that goes along with that, especially with the leader of the guild. And so there's some things that are being done that are masterful, but I'm just thrown off by some of the other things that are just fluff inside of the book. And I quite frankly wish those things weren't there. Because I wouldn't have this weird feeling about it. I guess other than that, I thought it was great.
So you say there's like 28 pages of nonsense in it, right?
20.
Well, I just counted 20. I just counted story pages. There are 24 story pages.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a $3.99 comic book with 24 story pages, and then 20 pages of just fluff and charts and maps and you know that whole Hickman aesthetic, right?
Jibber jabber.
I'll buy that for $4 as opposed to a 30-page mediocre, Superman book or Batman. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Totally agreed. But I mean, if it would have been $5.99, I'd have been pissed.
But it's not.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's the beauty. If this was DC, this would be an $8.99 comic book.
Oh man, no,
$9.99 if you want the card stock.
You go.
Now, Hickman style can be alienating to some people, and I like stories that have a lot of information, a lot of dense material, things that when I go back and read it, maybe it makes a little bit more sense. Maybe if there's a connection in the background and you just can piece it together, maybe on the fourth read. But that's what I want in my comic books, in my fiction, in my entertainment, my media. I want something that I want to revisit over and over. Because if I'm buying it, if I'm paying $4 for a pamphlet, I'm going to keep going back to it. You know,
pay $4 for that.
You're right, but you know what I'm saying.
You paid like $2.50.
Coming from the guy who buys the cheap seats, so
I mean, I splurged. I got my milk frother today.
Did you? Sweet.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Bueller got all these exclusives, this new coffee machine. I told everybody last night, Bueller's about to just ditch us all out. You just wait. He's just going to be drinking coffee. Like,
yep, my new slogan is "Move out of my way." I just hit 20K.
Love it. Did you read this, Dylan?
I didn't. That if it was this week, because I got to get my books tomorrow. Because he didn't with the storm. He said he wasn't going to get his books till either later tonight, so he might have them now. But I wouldn't have been able to, but in time, obviously, with the show. But I mean, I've been loving the run all the way through. It's so unique. It's nothing like you've ever read. The art, it it shifts from the colored art, which sometimes is even trippier than some of the colored art. Well, I guess the black, it does that black and white. But I think it's been awesome, man. I love the the Assassination Guild stuff. But I love the covers too, man. Yeah. It's just been a fun ride. Because honestly, I fell off of the Hickman X-Men stuff. So I got like an itch in my nose. Yeah, the cover, they're all been like full panels or full covers or whatever the hell you call it.
Called a wraparound.
Full out covers, yeah. I think it's been dope though, because honestly, I fell out of the X-Men.
And you get get recipes for like ramen and stuff. I mean, that's added value.
Added value.
Yeah, I'll be using that. For sure.
I got the recipe for ramen right here. Add hot water, bro.
No, this is a different ramen.
In salt packet, the flavoring pack.
Add hot water and use that packet. There you go.
I know y'all got some fancy ramen places up in Portland because it's all hipstery. I know it.
We do. We have some places with some shoyu ramen around here that is just bomb, bro.
Great book. Great book.
Like Did you read it?
Yeah, I read a few of them. I haven't read the last one. But you know what? Seriously though, on as far as like the collection of books, they're pretty amazing. I mean, as far as the artwork and the story and just everything, that it's kind of it's a different book that kind of stands on its own as more than probably just a comic book. I mean, we always say, "Oh, comics are art," or whatnot, but this one is just a little bit more something special. I think if you understand what I'm saying, just the way it's put together. It deserves like a big, thick, hardcover release when it's all done, Yeah. So it'd be kind of neat.
It's impressive what he's done with X-Men, but this is kind of like it takes that big leap, where this is all his. It's almost like if this became a movie or something, it'd be something like the next Star Wars, but just more that grittier, textured feel, at times, and more trippy, It'd be a great Netflix show or something. Honestly.
What's really cool though is that this is one of those pieces of comic books that it's like it should solely exist as a comic, because I think you lose a lot if you just kind of make it like a Netflix show that everybody would enjoy. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is something that this is one of those books that shows you how special and important and different comic books are and what they can do compared to other forms of media.
Well, I can remember before issue 1 came out, they released a bunch of the art panels and stuff, and they just looked amazing. It was like just building up this world, and we kind of, until we got issue 1 and saw the different colors that they use and the non-colors that they use on some, but just the art panels by themselves sold the book when I first saw it. So
yeah.
Now it's coming to an end. What is Robbie going to pick now for his pick of the week?
Who knows? Ice Cream Man, I guess. I don't know.
Number 3. Beep, boop, beep, beep, boop, beep, beep.
There you go.
Writing
a silent issue is difficult, young man.
I'm not saying it's not, man. But, I didn't say I didn't like it. I thought it was a good book. But would I go as far as saying it was the best book that came out? That out of all the books that had words in them? No. That means it's your one of your top books of the month as far as everything that came out. It's in your top 5 since there's 5 weeks. So it's your top 5 book of the month?
Oh no, but like it doesn't that nothing from that week would really make the top 5 of the month. I think most of my top 5 for the month would actually come from this week. No lie.
I missed out. I haven't read most of them.
I know, right? Damn.
What
Yeah,
next,
right.
Dylan?
And we almost skipped it this week. We almost did the show last week. Can you believe that?
Yeah, we don't know what's going
We
on.
fixed it, man.
We fixed it. We fixed it last minute. I thought there was 5 weeks. I can't keep up with shit. I can't keep up with dates
Yeah.
and calendars.
Weeks are confusing.
They really are. I mean, 7 days, 24 hours. I mean, what the hell's going on?
Who next, Dylan?
I guess so I had to read this book just because you were raving about it. Sea of Sorrows. I don't have the physical. I got the first 3, but I gotta go get it tomorrow. But everyone's raving about some crazy scene in the book, so I had to read it. I actually read it right before the show because
What's the scene?
honestly, I was waiting for something a little bit bigger. It was dope. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was gonna be some like mountain.
I oversold it, man. I
You
oversold it.
oversold it a little bit, but it's still creepy as hell.
Is it naked stuff?
It's got a little in there.
It's a very violent and grotesque and bloody scene.
Yeah.
The way it's paced, and when you turn the page, it just happens.
So
It's very effective.
You can't even show it?
No,
I don't want to spoil it. You want me to show it?
This is a freaking horror channel.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're not.
spoilers. Dude, you know what, man?
And then look at the panels right there, because that dude's in the room with her.
Yeah.
And then he just gets sprayed with
Oh,
blood.
dude. I'll tell you, I read it digital, man, and it does not do that justice.
Wow.
Because it looks like a small panel. It looked like a small it looked like a side-by-side panel. It doesn't look as big.
So it goes from like this
That's a
kiss,
bummer.
Nice.
that's like a siren, okay? She's like this evil mermaid.
Yeah.
And then you see the eye, and you turn the page, and just bam!
Yeah,
it's just like,
I've been on a date just like that.
I bet you have.
Damn.
I'm
bummed. Reading it digital ruined it for me.
I hope it didn't cost too much.
Yeah.
I knew I should have waited. I knew I should have waited.
Her name was Amanda. It was the worst.
Sea of Sorrows. That's what we're talking about.
It is thick as hell. That is.
She had a sweater on. It had a goose on it.
If you saw how it was on my phone, you'd be like, "Dude, no wonder." I didn't mean it. You didn't undersell it. You sold it correctly.
Well, what do you have? Like an iPhone 6 or something, man? You sitting there on this little thing trying to look at it?
No, it's an 8. It's an 8, but still, it was the way that the panel looked, man. It was just.
They're not meant to be read on a phone, man. Let's be honest.
They don't read on the phone.
I just did it because I wanted to. I figured that would be something that we would talk about, especially.
Read it on the toilet where it's supposed to be read.
Yes.
Not on the phone.
Any of y'all read Sea of Sorrows?
Unfortunately, I did not. It's one of those books that I had on my pull list in the very beginning, and my LCS did not get it for me, and so I am collecting it in the trade.
Is it over with? Was that it?
One more issue.
One more.
And that's IDW?
Yeah, it's Rich Duick, Alex Cormack, and Justin Birch. They're the same team from Road of Bones, which was amazing.
It's great, though, man. The art is the guy who does Sync, which is a book I always be freaking going nuts about because it's a horror anthology. The artwork is just so unique, and it's textured and it's gritty. And
the eyes are what get me.
Underwater scenes are the underwater scenes are crazy.
Everything is like all the underwater stuff.
It's a mermaid horror book.
Yeah, kind of. Okay. We can call it that.
Back in there, but it's based in the I can't.
It's after World War II, I think. It's after World War II.
Okay.
They're going to a sunken U-boat to find gold, Nazi gold, and there are these evil sirens, but they're actually more monstrous than we initially think they are. We find out in that one how that's something straight out of the 80s, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, April Fool's.
My eye open, man. Maybe I'll get
April
lucky.
Fool's Decorum wasn't Robbie's real pick.
We had Rich on the show a few weeks ago, and we told him after Road of Bones and now Sea of Sorrows, we're ready for like Sky of Blood or Sky of Pain or something.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll see what he does next. He's a good writer, man. Good writer. And
all right, Dylan, I'm going to suggest to you that you should ask Bueller or Bob what their favorite comic of the month is.
No, I was thinking I was gonna let you talk about Decorum more. Bob.
Yeah.
Or no. Yeah, but we'll go Bob and Bueller. Tell me one of your favorites of the month.
So I have a really hard time picking one this month because I think Robbie's right. Most of the month was kind of mediocre. A lot of great stuff came out this last week. I think my pick of the month that I would pick would probably be the same as Bueller, so I'm going to go a little bit different.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to go with, and not because it's my favorite character, but I'm going to go with Daredevil.
I was about to say Daredevil, like being a smartass.
And only reason why is because of what Chip Zdarsky did inside of this issue. There are some amazing, heartfelt moments inside of here, and you know that really is something that always resonates with me. But it's a little bit more beyond that. I mean, he took some time to really flesh out some character work a little bit more. There's a scene with Wilson Fisk where he's basically bedside with Typhoid Mary. That's just amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. Things that are going on inside of him that he's soul searching on, while she's basically telling him about the conflict that's going on inside her and how it kind of died down to a lull while she was in battle and, while she was fighting. And she's talking about this conflict, and he's soul searching himself, realizing his own conflict. And you can see it unfolding on the page. It's masterful. Then there's this scene with Matt inside of the prison where he basically sits down with another inmate, and the inmate basically in no uncertain terms tells him, "You're not like us. You may think you're like us, but you're not like us." And he kind of lays it out that, walk out of here because you got the mask on. You can go your life. We can't. So don't be walking around thinking like you're like us. And that starts this whole thing with Matt looking at his actions, himself, what he's doing. He knows what he's doing is right, what he thinks is right, but the consequences of it is not the same as other people, and he can't see himself the same way. And so the way Chip Zdarsky really laid this out was just so masterfully done. I think it's definitely the best book Marvel put out this month. It resonated on such a deep level with me. Even the scenes with Elektra, you didn't get much of those, but even those, she has her own soul searching that she's doing. And I just found myself, I think I read it twice this month because of just how deep it was. It was just pretty damn good. So, yeah, 28.
It was nice that they didn't have to worry about the King in Black dying anymore. And it was a nice way to get back on track. I thought they did a good job in that one of kind of reminding us what was going on before. They had to take that sidestep and do the King in Black tie-in. And so I enjoyed that. I was a little – that – Elektra, I mean, she's pretty, with the little girl, she's like, toughen up, Did she dump her? I mean, did she just leave her or whatnot?
I don't remember. But okay. I mean, she was basically, in certain terms, telling her to buck up.
Yeah. Hey, your mom died. Hey, oh, well. And the girl's like, just a little girl. It kind of seemed like she just left her. Like, she's like, well, I don't have time for this. And she
I think she kind of did. That's what Elektra's life has taught her, though.
Yeah,
right.
That's what she learned, and she learned it the hard way. So, and she's trying so hard to kind of think of. I love how she's got that struggle. Like, what would Matt do?
Yeah,
and she's like me, like, oh, I got to be nice to these people. Oh, they're.
That's how you are, Robbie. God,
no, I'm just kidding.
I got to be nice to these guys.
But I think in the end, there's this scene where there's one of the other inmates that he kind of protects, ends up dying, and then he realizes that he's the one that prosecuted that inmate. Yeah. And so even his fight for justice ends up in with somebody dying. And it's just this moment for Matt where he's having a moment of realization about himself that's, I think, so much more raw than I've seen in a long time. And Zdarsky is, I mean, can this guy get any better? I mean, literally, this is incredible. So, and you guys, I know Daredevil is my favorite character. I'm not picking it because of that. I really, of everything I read this month, I'll always pick the book that resonates with me emotionally. And this is one of those that did. Like I said, I think I know what Bueller's is. That's probably would have been my pick of the month, but I don't want to take his thunder away. So there you have it.
You think about Shadow Doctor?
Yeah.
Daredevil's great. Zdarsky's doing a great job. So you picking Daredevil because he's your favorite. That's not what's happening. You're picking it because Zdarsky knows what he's doing. Cicchetto knows what he's doing. Like, it is one of Marvel's best books, and it was their second best book of the month, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Really?
Ooh, that kind of sparked my interest right there.
Well, Daniel Warren Johnson did a book.
Okay,
yeah. I wish he could do more.
I want him on Hulk, man. I thought about that last night. I'd love him to do a Hulk.
No.
After Immortal Hulk is done, I would love him on the Hulk.
That's not a good idea.
Whatever. And Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman are, because that's just there's gonna be some kind of like.
I don't want Hulk drawn that way. What's wrong with you?
Fair enough.
Oh, he doesn't want the skinny Hulk.
Yeah, well, I mean, what didn't you say? Bob said like Daniel Warren Johnson drew Wonder Woman like Oprah.
No.
Well, that's if he does.
It wasn't Oprah. It was what's her name? Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, I don't want.
I love his Wonder Woman. Anyway, it's just his style. You know, we have differing opinions on things like that.
He could do right. He doesn't have to do the art.
I think his Hulk would be great, bro.
Yeah.
That Beta Ray Bill book was amazing.
Get a different artist. I'd be okay with that. But the story would be good. What, man? I'm just saying. I want some Hulk smash action. Okay.
He would give that to you.
I know he would, but his art style would kind of look like the Wonder Woman.
It would look like his work.
Jason from Heroes to Icons. I like his comment. He says the Hulk needs to be incredible again.
There you go. Exactly. Big, huge, bulgy muscles. Oh, that's my type. Oh, never mind.
I just got weird, y'all.
Yeah, normally does.
Yeah. At least 10 times a night, maybe more. All right.
To be young again.
Bueller. What do you got?
Hey, Dylan.
My brother. Hey, Bueller.
What's up, Dylan?
Good to see you as always.
All right, man. My turn now?
Yes, sir. Oh,
Okay.
I am hyped, though, for Chip Zdarsky's. I thought he was doing the whole thing, but I guess maybe just story that silver coin, which is next week. That anthology
Yeah, I'm
series.
looking forward to that, too.
Yeah. I thought it was all Chip Zdarsky, but I guess it's multiple writers on each issue. But,
all right.
Sorry. You go ahead, Bueller.
Okay, so actually my Bob thought my pick of the month would be Shadow Doctor, which I really liked it. I thought it was great. Thought it was a great book. It's still one of my favorites. I thought issue 1 I enjoyed more than issue 1. So my pick of the month was actually The Joker, number 1. I actually really enjoyed this book. I thought it was a really great story. It doesn't really have anything to do with Batman. It's more about what's the name? Commissioner Gordon.
Gordon, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was really good. I'll show it again there. That's the Tom one. But I thought it was like it really brings in the question just, how far Commissioner Gordon might go, if given the opportunity to kill the Joker and to hunt him down. And because he's kind of retired now, or he's winding down and stuff, and you really don't know. He might take that step. I mean, he's being offered a tremendous amount of money to go and hunt down the Joker and kill him. And it kind of sounds like that's the direction he's going to go. And I kind of want to see that. It's kind of interesting because they were like, Batman won't take that step, but for all the pain that you have seen or has been caused by the Joker, and they do a great job in the beginning talking about evil, pure evil, and what that looks like and stuff, and that's what the Joker is. Even though they reference someone else as far as being evil, they do a great job comparing the two. And I think he's to the point to where he would pull the trigger. And we get to see that in the coming books of this series. So I was really surprised. I mean, this is by Tinian. Tinian's doing this one as well. But I thought it was great. There's not like a lot of Joker in here as well. It's like I said, it's mainly Commissioner Gordon in this one, and the Joker is out and about. He's kind of at the end he's like living in like some like house on the beach or something. And he killed the people there and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny is because it's like this other group who's hired him to go kill the Joker, and they're not the people who hired him. They're not good people either. So, I mean, it's coming from a bunch of different angles. So, I mean, I like it. I think it's going to be a good series. I'm curious to see what they do when they introduce Batman into it. I'm sure that's going to happen. And the other stuff as well. So, I was pleasantly surprised how good the Joker was. So, that was my pick.
I really liked it, too. I'm very pleased that it's a Gordon-centric book, but that the Joker, even though he himself is not in it much, his presence is felt on, like, every single page.
Yeah.
And then it's got, the punchline story backup that Tynan did with
I didn't read that
Sam
part.
Johns. It's all right. It's just continuing that whole thing about she's kind of becoming this like popular character amongst the youth and anarchists and all this crazy stuff that's going on in Gotham post Joker War or whatever. So the one thing that really shocks me though is how nonchalantly they're being like, "Oh yeah, Bane died." Like,
what was up with that?
Just kind of like, I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. You don't kill a character like Bane.
I think I think that's Bane that's sitting next to the lady. The big guy
that all wrapped up.
Yeah, the guy all wrapped up next to with the lady. I think that's Bane.
Because all we do is in Infinite Frontier, we see him like laying there with his like the grin on after being gassed, and the guy just goes, "Oh, Bane is dead. Bane is dead." I don't know.
He ain't dead.
Yeah, I think you're right. 100%. That's freaking Bane right there.
That's Bane's right next to her.
Great pull, Bueller.
Bro, way to go. You are insightful.
Oh yeah,
I do read my books. You jerk.
Well, I agree with y'all on the story. I thought it was really amazing. I think it's it's quite a juggle to have a book called The Joker without the Joker actually being the main character. But like you just said, Robbie, his presence being felt all through the book. I think that I love that. It's kind of like you were talking about Orson Welles the other night, and Orson Welles is one that said his favorite characters are ones that were talked about through most of the movie, but you didn't see them till a certain part. He said those were always the best.
Third man syndrome, right? That's it.
Exactly. And that's basically what's going on with the Joker inside of this book. Yeah. But I do want to mention about this that I thought Gilliam March's pencils inside of this were really good. And the coloring inside of this was amazing.
Yeah.
And so, all the way across the board, this was a solid book, man.
Yeah, the artwork's very noirish, and it's got that detective vibe. And I thought that it was some of the best work I've seen from him. And then I was also really surprised because he had his own creator-owned book get its English translation release, Carmen, which I also loved. I'm not usually the biggest March fan, but he killed it this month.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
Yeah.
Although that Carmen book, I
really like that Carmen.
Dylan, did you read The Joker?
Yeah, I read it. I actually, when you said Bane was dead, I didn't, because I thought the same thing as Bueller, because it reminded me of, remember in Batman and Robin when him and Poison Ivy are walking through like the airplane or the airport. So I thought that was Bane. I didn't pick up that he was supposed to die. I did see the mural. What was that? The mural or whatever painted on a brick wall for him.
Yeah,
I didn't know he died. But
they show that he died in the Infinite Frontier one shot.
Oh, see that? I didn't read that. Then that's why.
Oh, you should read that. It's really good.
Yeah, I think I was gonna grab a copy and my.
How many people did the Joker kill? He killed like just the whole asylum.
Most of the people in Arkham, yeah, and like Dr. Arkham, they say is dead. Like, a lot of people, and Scarecrow's kind of, he's obviously made it. They think he's dead though. I actually like how DC is feeling so cohesive right now, wrapped around this idea of A-Day, of the Arkham attack, which it seems like the Joker's getting set up for. So that's a fake Bane, and Bane is setting up this, because you remember at the end of Joker War, they had that confrontation. Like during Joker War, and because like Joker was talking smack to Bane, right. And he was like, "You had this grand plan, and this is all you could manage to do was kill the frickin' butler, or something like that." And you didn't even, I don't know, but like
we talked big smack.
Yeah, and so Bane, like and I like this because at first I was like, to me, Bane is like one of the best Bat villains because he hits Batman on a physical level as a threat, on a mental level because he's super smart, and on a spiritual level. He like breaks Batman's spirit. You know what I'm saying?
And his bat.
Physical. That was the first one I said, Bueller. You're right though. No, you're right. You're right. What does it mean? Rise. Anyway, I was really, really worried that Bane was just going to be taken off the board like that they're trying to prove that this is how threatening the Joker is, right? But now I'm starting to think like it's not the Joker. He's being framed for this. You're right. That is Bane as the bodyguard. This is all part of a plan that he has. So, okay, Bane is super smart. Thank you, James Tynion. I'm down with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Tynion.
Yeah.
It's Tynion, apparently.
It doesn't.
Be surprised.
It's like every other month somebody convinces me it's a different way. So
I think it's pronounced Tipton.
It's Tiny, and that's why he calls his company Tiny Onion.
Chaos sent me a link to a show, and he shows up, and they're like, "We want to make sure we get your name right. Is it Tynan?" And he goes, "Yes, Tynan, Tynan." No. And it's because Chaos is just obsessed with making sure everybody says his name.
James Deckram.
Yeah, let's just call him James Deckram the Fourth.
Yeah.
That's something. Yeah, I know you said you were worried about it being just a Joker book, so problem solved.
Yep.
It's not. But it should be fun to see. I mean, strong issue 1. I'm hoping that issue 2 should come out pretty soon. Feels like we got that at the beginning of this month or last month now. But yeah, so
on the 3rd. I'm
gonna second that. For this will probably be my pick of the month. I was debating on this and Stray Dogs, but I really this was getting a lot of love in the chat, and I love this book. I'm so glad it's back. The Batman 106. The art in this is so awesome. I don't know. I was gonna say it's like horror, especially the Scarecrow, the new Scarecrow design, but some of this art, the beginning pages, man, so trippy, man.
It's great.
It's horrific, but it has that futuristic style too. Like it jumps, just the colors in this, man. I don't know. For a dead ass city, you know, it's had so much. It's got some nice, vibrant colors to Gotham. You know.
Yeah.
You would think it'd be way darker and grimmer after everything they've gone through, but it's just a beautiful book, to be honest, man. And you know, you don't say that much, I feel like, about Batman. I mean, I do, because he's probably my favorite character all time, but it's cool seeing him have like a buddy now. You know, he's always kind of like just bossing Robin or Dick Grayson or Batgirl around, but now he's got Ghostmaker, and they're like, you know, kind of buddying it right now.
It's a different dynamic.
It's like a buddy cop
for a Batman partnership. Yeah,
almost. You know, where Ghostmaker, he's more, you know, kind of goofy, and he's always cracking jokes at Batman, and you know, Batman's still a little more grim and serious. But I think he's loosening up a little bit, you know, and it's just good to see, man. And I really like the Scarecrow stuff. I can't wait for that. And it's a beautiful cover, honestly. Both covers.
They're building into the Magistrate stuff, which, you know, they handled in Future State. So it seems like, why build into something that we already saw the end result of? But the way they're doing it's great. The artwork's great. Yeah. And what you were saying about Ghostmaker, it's going to be really sad because we're going to really like this buddy cop thing. And then he's going to cross a line. He's going to cross one of Batman's lines. And that's going to be ultimately how that winds up. You know?
Right. Yeah. You know,
Jorge Menez's artwork, though, Tomu Mori on the coloring, that scene with the Batmobile, like, oh my goodness, man.
Yeah,
right. And then just like the first page where is that supposed to be Bruce Wayne? I forgot. I thought it was, but
yeah, I think so.
The you know, dude, that's like some Hellraiser shit right there.
Okay.
Cut myself off.
I
can't even swear anything.
What the hell was that?
You said Hellraiser shit, and then like I thought Pinhead was about to come through my screen.
Dude, Brian took me to the gates of
the box. You opened it.
But yeah, man. And then it's, dude, when I was reading it, I'm like, that's some Dario Argento shit right there with the eyes. Like like kept open, all you gotta do is throw some pins underneath there. So every time he blinks, you know what I'm saying?
Nice opera reference, my man.
But that's what I was thinking when I saw it. But it's I'm loving what Tinian's doing. I mean, like I haven't been so hype for a Batman book. Whatever, man. I'm not chaos. I don't care. Dude ain't coming on my show anytime soon. So sign in, whatever. Dude writes good ass books, and I'm looking forward to anything he does in the future. But this is my favorite that he's doing, honestly. Even over Department, even probably over Something's Killing the Children. I just been loving it, man. And don't get me wrong, they're all so neck and neck, but probably just because Batman's my favorite character. So it's just so good to see him get this awesome run.
Let's think about this guy really quick, because Tinian, whatever, has like the #1 DC book. He has the #1 really boom book, for that matter, as far as popularity. Yeah. And he has one of the top Image books.
Yeah.
I mean, who else has done that? 3 top books, 3 different publishers at the same freaking time. That's impressive.
It really is.
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
And then he's got the I've been meaning to mention it, but he's also got, because I've been waiting for issue 3 to come out, but the freaking Razor Blades magazine, where he's doing short horror stories in here. I mean,
that is one of the best horror anthology series that's out right now.
Dude, I've been really anticipating issue 3. I mean, there's some really, like, because he can do whatever he wants in this, so the stories are a little bit darker, and I feel like that's where I see like the horror aspects in this, because he's a horror fan, obviously. Especially with Razor Blades, and now you see what he's doing in that. He's stretching all his muscles, man. He's killing it. I didn't even think about what you said, Bueller. I mean, top book on Boom, Image, freaking. I'd say Department. It's top 3, 5 for me out of all the Image titles. I'd say top 5 to keep it safe. But
and also the Joker book now as well. I mean, that's the Joker book.
Really
well also. So I mean,
and don't forget Wind, Bueller.
Yeah.
I can't wait for volume 2 of Wind. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but
I actually liked it by the end of it. I thought it was really good story.
It's the way you got to read it as a whole. It's meant to be trade read, So it feels weird reading it issue to issue.
Yeah.
But anyone else have any thoughts on the Batman before we go to the next one?
I just wanted to say that is it Tomi Mori?
Something like that. Who knows? I think it's Tomu Tynan Mori.
There we go. We were mentioning the colors earlier, and Cameron Bonneville, made a believer out of me that you can take vibrant color and still create a dark atmosphere, and that's what you get inside of this book, and I absolutely love it. The tonal piece of this was just so amazing, and I didn't like how the Joker war just abruptly ended. And I wasn't too hopeful about it going forward. But this book, man, I can't wait for the next issue. So there you have it.
Love it.
Nice. All right, Robbie, what you got up next?
I don't have it here. I can't find my copy, but my next one would be Ram V's Swamp Thing #1 with Mike Perkins. Probably my favorite DC book of the month. I'm so excited for Ram's run on this title. Mike Perkins' artwork was great. He is doing something that is connected to the Alan Moore vibe, which you can't get away from that comparison, but he's doing something different. He's created a brand new character. It's the first Indian Swamp Thing. He's an Indian writer, so he's very excited for that. He's got Aditya Bidikar on the lettering, so you got another Indian on that creative team. Mike Perkins is doing a great job with that artwork. Sometimes his artwork, like he did some Wonder Woman work, and it looked a little like clumsy at times, but it works so well for Swamp Thing because it feels more organic. I love this new villain character that was introduced and this concept, and just it was kind of a slow burn. He hasn't fully happened yet, but it gets back into the horror root of Swamp Thing. And I think right now that James Tynan, like, he's the guy right now, but I think Ram V is very quickly about to like become a much bigger deal, especially with some of the stuff that he's got coming out. Like he's got a boom book coming out called The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. I've read the first issue.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, and it comes out this month. So Ron V's Swamp Thing to me was just supremely solid.
And there was a great interview with that gentleman on Pop Culture Philosophers this past month.
Yes.
And you can sit there and you can watch Robbie geek out for a whole hour and a half, like a little schoolgirl.
Not even about his books. About
It was
his hair.
crazy. I've never seen Robbie so giddy in my life.
I'm just proud that I told everybody, I was like, back in the day where I never thought I'd get Ron V on the show. And I was like, the first thing I'll ask him would be about his hair. Ha ha ha. It's just a bit. It's just a joke. Right. And that is the first thing I asked. And he had a great answer. He's like, I do nothing.
Yeah.
It's genetics.
I do nothing.
Is his hair not glorious though? Bueller, you would kill for that hair.
At one time I used to have hair like that, but that was a long time ago.
I'd like to see some pictures, my man.
Yeah. He I really enjoyed his Future State Swamp Thing, the 2 issues, and how that little story did. He wrapped it up really good. This one is great. I really liked it as well. This is an ongoing series for, I think, like 12 issues, maybe more. Hopefully it's 10.
It's 10 for now, but he says that if it does well, they got plans to do another one.
It's besides that one and Batman, they're my only 2 DC on my pull list. I'm going to get the Joker, but my shop has plenty of them, so I'm not too worried about missing out. But Ron V was the one, I'll just say it, this month was supposed to be Radio Apocalypse. And that was going to be my second exclusive, was the Radio Apocalypse #1. And I all planned out, and that title got delayed till September. And,
October, actually. They moved it back to October.
You're killing me, man.
I know, right?
But that was going to be my second exclusive. And it's the cover I had done on this thing is awesome. And it was a homage to a certain rock and roll legend, because that's kind of what they were going for. And I was really excited to have a Ron V book as one of my exclusives. I'm still planning on doing it. I got to wait till October now. Maybe next month Robbie will tell me it's in November.
I hope not.
But he's an amazing writer. I can't. His Swamp Things really are really made me a fan again of Swamp Thing. So that's what you need.
Nice. I didn't get to read it, sadly. My shop didn't have it, but I know Robbie raves about it, and I love Rom, especially his JL Dark, which I'm still sad as hell that it got canned.
Well, you got 10 pages of it in the back of Bendis's Justice League.
You know what? Bendis's Justice League should be 10 pages.
I agree.
Like, dude, he ain't got nothing on Ramby. But yeah. Anyone else gonna Bob? Did you read Swamp Thing?
Here's the truth about the Swamp Thing. That was one of the books from earlier in the month, like the first week. There's so much that's happened since then. I don't remember a lot of it, and I feel bad about that. I do
swamping around.
What's that?
He was doing swampy things, swamping around.
He's swamping around. I remember that.
Not yet.
But I do know that it is a new character, and I remember enjoying it immensely. I just don't remember what happened. So
yeah, I understand that. I remember he goes to India, like he returns to India for some reason. He's on the plane and he like starts like getting these visions or whatever, and he's obviously the next chosen or whatever. And then there's that dude who's like the avatar of the desert. And that was the villain that they were like building up into. And so you had those like sheriffs or that sheriff or whatever. And they were like the mystery of the guy. And they told the story about the dude who decided to live off the sand. He ate all the sand and he became like so it's kind of like, they've done the avatar of the red and the black and the green. So this is the desert, I guess. I don't know. It's a really cool idea though.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, that's jogging my memory. But phenomenal book. That's another one. The coloring on it is really amazing as well.
Yeah.
Bob is a good colorist.
Thanks.
Everyone really enjoyed your colors, Bob.
I was kind of blown away by all the comments.
Yeah, look at you.
Now I have to make a video.
Color boy.
Yeah. Whole shelf of Star Trek.
That's just one.
That's just one.
Yeah. I got a lot of Star Trek books.
Sweet.
Swamping around.
Just swamping around. Star
That's
Trek
right.
books, just swamping around.
That's what we do here. We swamp around.
I got one signed by Peter David.
And if you're a Ram V fan, you gotta go to the first book I read by him was These Savage Shores that Robbie sent me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
It's phenomenal.
Dude, These Savage Shores is amazing.
Oh my God.
I'm such a big fan of his work, man. I was just such a nerd when he was on the show. I was just like, 5 different times. I was like, Ron, we're just excited to have you here. We're big fans.
Yo, if you did that at all show, with me on, I'd have been like really weirded out.
I was cracking up because I joke, but seriously, Robbie was like in fan heaven on that whole episode. And I'm like, look at Robbie, look how he's gritted from
Yeah, you were beaming, bro.
It's like, I don't even need to smoke nothing, man. I'm just high off life right now.
I'm getting high off Ron V.
Right? Look at that hair, man.
Just give me some of that hair, man.
Yeah, right? Oh my God, that beautiful hair.
Dude, before I forget, you know what's funny? We always talk nothing but like indies, and we barely can say anything about the DC or Marvel. We'll talk about them, but usually we're just always talking about the indies. I think it's funny that this month everyone had a DC. Well, actually, I'm sorry, Robbie, yours was Decorum, right? So there's 3 out of 4. We got DC and Marvel.
There you go. Look at that.
So we don't hate on them too bad.
I think DC had a really good March. I really do. I think DC had a really good March.
I'm glad that the future state stuff is over with.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not done with that.
I didn't read any of that future state stuff
so far.
What'd you say, Bob?
I said I'm not done with that Flash book yet, but so far that's good. I mean, it's since Williamson's been gone, I haven't really liked the Flash a lot, but I've really been enjoying what I've seen so far in that book.
Yeah, I really like that new issue of Flash. I'm just happy that it was a $4.99 book from DC that had 38 pages of one story. That like blew me away. I was like, wait, there's no backup in here? And I was like, this feels long when I was reading it. And then I was like, how many pages is it in here? It's a really good one. I thought it was cool. Not as good as the Williamson stuff, but solid.
No. It's still good, yeah.
Still doing some weird things with Wally. This whole idea that like they're like, okay, Barry's gonna go explore the Omniverse. Wally, you're Flash now. And I'm like, oh, cool. It's gonna be like when I grew up. Wally was my Flash. I'm excited. Let's go through this road to redemption. And the first thing he does in the book is he goes, nope, I quit. I don't want to be the Flash.
Right.
Like what?
they need to resolve that though. He needs to be on the road to redemption after all that's happened. So yeah, I don't know how they're gonna
once he finds out that I guess what's his name? Speedy Arsenal. Once they find out that he's alive, maybe that will help.
Yeah, well, let's hope they bring it together soon because I'd like to see it.
Yep.
Looking Jack there, Robbie.
Why can I not remember his name? What's his actual name? Arsenal, Red Arrow, Speedy.
Roy.
Jesus. Okay. Roy Harper. Oh my God.
There you go.
Anyway. Who's next?
Bob.
So I forgot to mention on my pick of the month that probably my pick of the month this month would have been if it would have come out. I was really disappointed that we did not get a picture of everything else this month because based on what I've been reading lately, I think that's the book that I'm most excited about. That was a masterful book last month, so lamenting not getting that this month.
Me too.
So just for the sake of making sure that I talk, because a lot of times we'll get through the show and I've got books I didn't talk about. So here's one that I was horrified in the beginning of it, that by the end of it, I didn't know I wanted it so bad. So let's talk about Orphan and the Five Beasts by James Stokey. All right, so I have never seen a book with massive plagiarism in it as much as this book. This book plagiarized the hell out of the Shaw Brothers' 5 Deadly Venoms. The whole beginning of this book is fleshing out the master who's sitting inside of a cauldron of boiling whatever because he's sick and dying. and that he trained these 5 guys in these 5 different styles. And he's got a pupil that he's kind of trained him in all the styles. It's going to have to go find them, and they're living in secret. That is all 5 Deadly Venoms. I was blown away by just how much he actually plagiarized that movie. But by the end of it, I loved it so much. I love where he's going with it. I love the characters that he's fleshing out. The way I love the artwork inside of this. I mean, his stuff is amazing anyway. But by the end of it, I was like, I am so on board with where this story is going to go. And I was like, I almost like forgot about the plagiarism, but I was pissed about it at first, man. I'm like, he just totally ripped off 5 Deadly Venoms. And it's funny because I didn't see any advertisements that even mentioned Shaw Brothers or 5 Deadly Venoms. I saw a couple of reviews where they were mentioned. But, for something that's completely pulling from, that movie, the way he's creating this world and where he's going with the characters, I enjoyed it immensely. I can't wait for the next issue. Did you guys get to read this?
I'm not a fan of Dark Horse comics.
You live in Portland, dude.
Just in general,
Dark Horse?
they do the Bill and Ted comic station. Come on.
I mean, just because they're in my comic shop doesn't mean I have to buy their books.
Do they own your shop?
Yeah.
With
Dark
T-Fog?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sits
T-Fog
right
is owned by the same guy who owns Dark Horse.
We only
Oh,
talk
wow.
about it all the time. That's all.
And they're connected to each other right in the building.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I
And
did read it.
And they never get Dark Horse books either, do they, Bob?
Nope, hardly.
It's the weirdest thing. It's like you're
We know we
Dark
don't sell
Horse,
that
but they
much.
don't get any of the books.
I had to fight to get that Matt Kent book. That
We had to cut
was like
back
the
on
James
orders.
Bond one.
The Bang one?
Bang.
Thing.
Yeah.
Fight to get that book, and it's their book.
I know the Island one, the Spy Island. They never got it. They never got it. And here I'm like, come on, you guys, give me a break.
Ridiculous.
That's
But anyway,
crazy.
did anybody read this?
I read it. I love James Stokoe's artwork. I think it's amazing. I've never seen that movie, and I'm not familiar. Is that like a martial arts film?
Yeah,
I'm severely lacking when it comes to that stuff. And so I
Wow,
didn't pick
Disney.
up on that, and I thought it was kind of convoluted, and I didn't really get it or understand what the hell was going on. But I just loved the artwork, so I thought it was okay. But now I want to reread it and check out that movie.
I want to read it so
Definitely,
bad
definitely.
right now.
Definitely check out that movie. It's a classic, absolute Shaw Brothers classic. If you enjoyed like Saturday morning, kung fu theater or black belt theater, it's a callback to some of the best martial arts movies from the 70s. The Shaw Brothers stuff was always the best. And the 5 Deadly Venoms, the actors that actually play the 5 Venoms, they were in a bunch of different Shaw Brothers movies. And so anytime you see a movie with those guys in it, they're always just called the Venoms. And so it's a great story. Amazing. I mean, it's a classic. But like I said, if you have ever watched the movie, you'll see how just completely, dead to rights, almost frame by frame, this is plagiarized. So,
Nice.
but you watch the movie, I guarantee you'll enjoy it, Robbie.
It's a homage.
Absolutely.
Dude, I really want to get that book now. I had no idea that's what it was. It was kind of going for.
Yeah.
I've been loving Firepower. I mean,
Firepower is good for what it is, but you're going to get a whole heck of a lot more martial arts inside of this than Firepower giving you.
yeah.
My brother from another mother, Jason from Heroes to Icons, 5 Deadly Venoms is one of the top classic kung fu films. Yes, brother, it is. So maybe I should just do a show on kung fu films. If
You
Dylan's
should,
got the horror
dude.
movies, then maybe Jason and I should get together and start doing the kung fu films, man.
You should, man. I love.
Just
Kung
don't
Fu
do them
films.
Friday at 9 Central.
You got it, man.
Please, please.
Dude, I love kung fu films, but you make me want to dive in like deeper because I don't know nothing compared.
Next thing you know, it's Dylan's Kung Fu show.
I can't have it without Bob. I can't
Sit
have
with
it
me
without
for a
Bob.
day, man. I'll turn you on to the best stuff you've ever seen.
I'm always peeping. What was it? The Kung Fu Fridays.
Yes.
I'm always checking out your page and like I'm screenshotting it. So I'm like I'm adding that to the list to watch.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. They're
Kung
fun.
Fu Friday?
What's that?
What's Kung Fu Fridays?
Just on Instagram, I'll usually pick a kung fu movie and I'll post a picture of it and write up. And
I don't follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, I know you don't. You don't follow me. You don't follow me in anything, so
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Cold-blooded.
But yeah, I recently sent Fable the last Street Fighter, some Sonny Chiba stuff that he was really excited about, because I know every time him and you go back and forth on that, so I'll be like checking stuff he puts and stuff you put, because I've been I love that stuff, but you know I watch so much at times.
We'll make one of the Action Fest polls martial arts centric, and we'll let Bob pick all the 6 movies on the poll. I'll get to you on that.
Man, let's do it.
You got to do a review with us, though.
What's that?
You got to do the review with us, though.
You got it, man.
All right.
Absolutely.
That'd be dope.
If you haven't checked out Jason's Instagram page, go check out From Here with the Icons. He posts a lot on Wing Ching Ma stuff, which is a comic book from China that is amazing. Every panel, every page is just phenomenal. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you definitely should. Storm Chasers, it's amazing.
Phenomenal. I still want to get you on some the horror show one day, Bob.
Yeah, man.
And Bueller's coming on at the end of the month.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
All right.
So Bueller, speaking of my man, what is your next pick? Hey Bueller, what's your next pick, buddy?
Let's go with Berserker.
Ooh,
Did you just say make him fuck?
Go with the indie book. We'll go with Berserker right there. Got did you guys hear this? Was optioned.
Was it?
Look at that one.
That foil.
It was optioned before it was even made.
That foil.
I mean, this is a 600,000 copy Kickstarter book.
I was really surprised when they optioned it.
Yeah.
So quickly,
But Berserker, otherwise known as Wolverine, came out this month or last month.
Also known as Wolverine.
And
It is Wolverine.
it's by Keanu Reeves, who did a great job, and Matt Kint, who I'm actually a big fan of Matt Kint's his work he's done.
I met him. He's a really cool guy too.
Yeah, I met him too. Nice try, Robbie. Anyway,
I got a mind management with a nice sketch on it.
yeah. Well, I had beer with him. I don't know.
Damn, you win.
But anyway, let's talk about the book a little bit. It's just a action-packed book. I mean, it's just literally just a devastation. He's a military guy. He's been alive for 50,000 years. He heals himself or whatnot. I mean, he's got bone claws. Does he have bone claws? Maybe next issue. He's growing those. But anyway, and
he's got to bone something else, I think.
Yeah. And, he just kills a bunch of people for the military, and he heals himself and stuff like that. That's pretty much about it. He's been doing that for a while, and that's what you get. And it's just about beat 'em up and action. If you like action and blood and guts and people dying and stuff like that, you're going to like this book. So there you go. It lived up to what they said they were going to do, and it's got Keanu Reeves in it. So I don't know. Not bad, I guess, right?
Oh, that's Keanu?
Yeah, it's John Wick and Wolverine together is what it is.
It's brutal. It's fast paced. It's graphic. It's gruesome. It's gory. It was so much freaking fun. And it does actually, in the midst of the whole action sequence, that's the entire issue, is one long action sequence that if you saw this on film, you would just be like, holy crap. And but in the midst of all of that, he's having a conversation with his counselor, psychologist or whatever, and you're understanding the character, why he does what he does, and you realize that this because of Matt Kint's involvement, who Bueller has had a beer with.
I didn't have a beer.
You understand? Oh, really? But no, but you get the idea that they're going a little bit further than just trying to be some kind of crazy, brutal action comic book. And I loved it. I thought it was great.
You got the shiny cover there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
I haven't seen it.
Look at that. Some
Yeah, and
shiny-
apparently I get a free special edition of Something is Killing the Children too because of it. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Did you guys knew about that, right? If you get
Yeah.
this, if you would have bought that, you get a coupon on April 14th. You go and get.
Yeah, we collect comics, Robbie.
Nobody.
Well, Dylan probably didn't know about it. Anyway, the book is awesome. The artwork's great. I love Ron Garney's artwork, and this feels like Ron Garney from like. It's not the same style that he uses in like, say, like his 90s work on Cap, but like that's when I noticed him. And he's like got such a great energy and flow, and he does action scenes immaculately well. And he replaced the original artist. Did you guys know that? There was another artist on this book who did the entire first issue, and this book was supposed to come out like last fall. And the reason why it was so delayed is because they completely were like, you know what? We don't want that. And so they got Ron Garney jumped in. And so they completely changed the artwork. And Bleeding Cool even did an article where you can see the original artist's page one and then compare it to Garney and stuff. And I really like the original artist, but it didn't give us this kind of like Klaus Janson, Frank Miller style that we have in here. This reminds me of Ron Garney's style from his Daredevil run, which I did not like because I just didn't like Charles Soule's Daredevil run, but I loved the artwork in it. And you're right, though. It is Wolverine.
It is.
So, but it's good. I liked it.
Wolverine without claws.
He's got bone something else.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Big
have to
toe.
watch
Whoa.
the interview with Hero and the Kid with Ron Garney by chance?
No.
Ron Garney talked about his favorite character. You know who it is?
Keanu Reeves.
It's Daredevil. Just wanted to mention that.
Too bad he didn't get to do a really good Daredevil run.
This is true. Because I mean, but yeah, you know, I really enjoyed the book. I mean, as I was reading it, the whole time I just thought about how the conversation must have went with Kevin Feige over at Marvel when he asked Keanu Reeves, what character do you want to do? And Keanu Reeves says, Wolverine. And he said, well, we can't have you do Wolverine. How about Ghost Rider? And he's like, whoa, I'll go do my own. And that's
That was spot on, Bob. That was spot on.
And so that's what we got. We got Wolverine in his own book. But I agree with what you're saying. If there wasn't that piece with his shrink inside of the book, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much. It was a fun ride, but that can't carry a book, 100%. At least I don't think. And we started to get into the heart of the character, and I loved that aspect of it. But it really was, I mean, from beginning to end, everything about him, his healing, man at a time, had memory problems. It was Wolverine. All you needed was the claws. So
I don't know if you guys saw this, but I clicked on a video or someone's channel to watch the comic book stuff, and a commercial for Berserker came up before the video from Boom Studios. It is the very first comic book commercial I've seen pop up on a YouTube comic book channel. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Because they got that Kickstarter money.
I can't remember whose channel it was, but I remember just sitting there going, oh, wow, what's this? So, awesome. Hey, we're going to be giving these away, by the way. Berserker #1, these 2 variants on a later coffee show or whatnot. So,
nice.
I don't know when, but soon.
And if you missed the foil covers that came out, there's the Mark Brooks, there's a foil one of that too. I have that too. It's in the other room. But if you missed those, I think that the 3rd printing they announced today is going to be a foil cover as well. So pre-order it.
A 3rd printing of a 600,000 copy book? That's awesome.
Apparently is rare.
Very rare. Very rare. 600,000.
How many of them are sitting on shop walls right now?
That's probably more than
there is boxes.
Batman
There is boxes of this book.
Bro, here's what's crazy is that we ordered heavy and still sold out. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. We thought we'd have so many extra, and Boom made it returnable, so I'm sure that shops ordered a crap ton of them. But we sold right through. It's like all you had to tell people was Keanu Reeves, and they were just like, "What? You guys got that Keanu comic?"
You knew it was getting optioned one day or another.
No, I was shocked. I was shocked, bro.
Well, see, I was shocked.
I was even more shocked that they got Keanu Reeves attached to it.
Yeah, that got me.
Yeah, but I tell you, if the idea's Keanu, right? But isn't the story Matt Kent? or is it all? It's all.
It's
him
Keanu and Matt. So basically, Keanu was like, "I want to do this kind of character," and I'm sure that him and Matt worked it out kind of vaguely. But Matt's the actual writer, I'm sure.
And
I don't think that Keanu's sitting there typing out script pages for a comic book.
No.
Yeah, he is, bro.
You know, I think I'm gonna go back and listen to Bob do that voice like probably 100 times tonight and just piss my pants. But
oh, dude, if you want a video of Bob that you can watch 100 times, I have a video of it.
Don't you even start, man.
It's like a 10-second clip, dude. It is the best thing ever.
Is that the one you sent me where he's just like?
You sent it to Robbie?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No.
It's on, dude.
Damn it, Robbie.
Go on.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I was supposed to not say that.
We can't have nice things because of you.
It was like not supposed to tell you about the time that you sent me that picture of the Fellowship of the Ring, but you had a picture of Jim Mint sitting down on a couch, but you cut it out and put him there instead of Gimli. And he looked like a little dwarf. I
sent him a copy of that. He saw it.
Is that why you're not on his channel anymore?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm just kidding. I'm not either.
Anyway,
I thought Berserker was great though too. It was I look forward to where it goes, but I only needed the one copy, even though my copy came with like a hole on the cover. But
oh, you got the die cut?
Yep, and there isn't even a die cut. That's how this is super rare.
Super rare.
Didn't make a die cut, but
100,000 copies of that.
Yeah, a lot of people still were like kind of acting like they didn't like the art. I get it's done by a couple different people, isn't it? Or no?
It's Ron Garney.
But I thought half of it was done by one guy and half the other. But I thought the art was pretty good.
I like it too.
I totally forgot about that picture of Jim. I gotta find it. When I sent it to you on Instagram?
I think so. It was a while ago, but yeah.
It was so good. I sent it to him as well. I'm like, dude, you all right?
It looks so perfect. Like he was the right height because he's sitting on a couch. So it looks like he's got these little tiny legs. Just like it's so funny.
Hey, I think I'm up next. But I think issue 3 just came out today, so this might not kind of count because I didn't get to read issue 3, but I've been digging this man's world. It's been like really fun. This issue, it's nuts. I don't know if any of you guys been reading it, but this dude gets his jaw like straight knocked off, like dead. You know, like I'm like bottom jaw disconnected from one punch. It was crazy. Anyone that's been reading it, basically these guys are kind of has that Westworld vibe where they're, you know, going to this planet to like hunt, and it's like, you know, a tourist type thing, and I guess the people that actually live on this island that run it day to day don't really you know, like the tourists. So, or at least when the tourists are, you know, ego-headed boxers that think they're tough shit and can do whatever they want. So these guys kind of rig their plane to crash, and now they're stuck in this jungle, and of course the comms are all down, so they can't connect with the people who've crashed because they they've been having frequencies or something, and yeah, I don't know. I've been liking it though. It's got kind of that Predator vibe, I feel like, and mixed with not really Predator, I guess, but more, I guess, just because it's in a jungle. But I've been liking it, man. I think honestly that scene with the jaw getting knocked off really sold me. So I'll have to see where issue 3 goes. But I thought issue 1 was great, and I've been liking this one too. Let me see if I can find that.
I just picked up number 1 just a couple of days ago, and I had this added to my pull list, and guess what? It didn't show up in my box.
Really?
Yeah. So I need what issue is this that they're on? 3 or 4?
Yeah, I think issue
3 came out this week.
Came out.
3. Yeah. So I'm 2. Need 2 and 3. So But I did just add it. It looks pretty good. So I wish I would have been on it before.
This shit is straight savage, man. He's got a Mike Tyson tattoo. He's got a Mike Tyson tattoo. I didn't even pick up on that. And he breaks his buddy's jaw while he's hanging upside down, and then he goes and pisses on the doctor or the boxer. I'm sorry. This dude is savage, but he gets it. I mean, dude, I was like, you see the jaw, and literally your jaw is dropped, you know, and then you see him piss on the dude. I'm like, yo, what the hell, you know, like this is. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen too many AWA books like take that leap, I guess. I don't know. If any books. You know, I don't see too many comics pulling the R. Kelly on people. I don't. But yeah, I've been digging it. I actually wish I could have read issue 3, but I'll read it tomorrow. So
it's good. You'll like it.
Yeah.
There's the other foil cover, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. I wanted that cover too.
I love the foils.
Yeah.
They look beautiful on that. Something like the foils are always awesome, but I don't really like need them. But for those, I would have grabbed them if I saw them. Anyone else read it though? Dude. This issue, man, issue 3, I was so hyped for. So I'm like, yo, what is it? Some Godzilla kaiju monster? But I don't know.
Yeah, I've read 2 and 3. I like Man's World. I really like, for the most part, AWA's wave right now. Like the books they have, I think are really solid. Bite Size wrapped up. That was a nice, fun, kind of like family Christmas movie type thing by way of like Gremlins or E.T., but with little robots from space, you know, nice stuff. What's up, Perry? How's that chicken parm and fries? I like Man's World. I love Casual Fling. And I'm really digging the first issue of Chariot. I've read the second, and it's freaking awesome. So Chariot's really good.
Chariot was the first book, AWA book I passed on, actually.
Right, you passed on the wrong one, man.
I know. As soon as I saw your review, I was like, of course, the first fucking book I passed on. I got Casual Fling. I haven't read it, though, yet.
It's like the best written episode of Red Shoe Diaries ever.
See, I thought it was going to be more of like a horror aspect to it. Like it was going to have some like 50 Shades of Grey mixed with some horror shit going on. But I think I totally misread that synopsis. So I'm sure I'll still like it though, because the guy, Jason Starr, who did Red Border, did it. That's another reason why I got on it. But yeah. All right, Robbie, what do you got next, my brother?
I want to talk about another indie. This one's from Vault Comics, and I think this is a book that I've really, really liked. But in issue number 3, it has taken it to a level that really resonates with me. Bob always talks about books emotionally resonating with him. This one does. It's got a great world building, a great concept, no wasted space. It's Giga. Giga number 3 was masterful. Oh my God, it's taken a while for this book to come out. I got to read it a couple weeks ago, and I've been having to be quiet. So the whole premise of Giga is that at some point there were these giant mecha robots that were fighting this war for eons, right? And then one day they just stop, they sit down, and they rest. And now humanity like lives inside of them. But you have this like divisiveness within their society. Some people want to live and be free out in the forests, right? And then some people want to live in the city, and these beings are now their gods, and they built this whole scripture and this whole religion, this whole philosophy around it. So it's got great character work. It's got really fantastic detailed artwork that is just beautiful. Great double page spreads, really intricate work. The main character is really relatable and cool, and all of the world building that was done so meticulously well in 1 and 2, as well as the character work, really starts paying off in issue number 3. And you really get what this story is about and the use of language. Alex Packnadell is part of the White Noise crew. He's friends. He's homies with Ram V, Dan Waters, Ryan O'Sullivan. That's the White Noise crew. Everything they do, they share with each other, and they really, I mean, that's why all four of them pump out so much great work, is because Rom, Dan, and Ryan read this stuff too, and like they help guide each other. This is freaking beautiful. It is a masterpiece. I'm loving it. And if you weren't quite sold on 1 and 2, but you were digging it a little bit, 3 is the one. 3 is the clincher. I loved it. Giga number 3 from Vault. Alex Packnadell, John Lee, Roche, and Aditya Bidikar.
Did you say it was the clincher?
Yeah, it clinches it as something really important and not just a cool story.
Gotcha.
Okay, I got it. Come on, damn it. Hold on.
Bueller for 10 minutes has been trying to find this video, this picture.
Let's try to get it to stay there. Will it stay there? Oh, that keeps rotating. Damn it. Stop rotating. Hold on.
Riveting entertainment.
Sorry, man. It keeps rotating.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just joking.
You can't really see it that well, but it'll rotate. But you can see. I'm sorry. Oh man! But there's Jim right there sitting next to Frodo.
You just save it and share it in the PCP Army, man.
Oh, it's classic. He's
Send it to the monthly chat.
gonna kill me.
Yeah, he's live right now, man. I mean, I've never.
Look at him. Look at him.
And there's a picture of me in the background, and this is in his front room. And there's the guy from the Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I can already see what's going to happen. Bueller's going to take his trip across country, and he's never going to make it out of Texas. That's what's going to happen.
And it's, the Joker's in there too.
Yeah.
Joker's right there sitting
How much
next.
time did you put in on that,
He's
Bueller?
got a chalupa on his lap. Oh, good stuff. Sorry, Jim. Love you, buddy. He's seen it. I sent it to him. I couldn't resist.
That is
He was sitting, man. Made him look like a little guy. So much fun putting that together.
Bob, I think you're up next, my man. Or unless anyone wants to talk about Giga. I'm sorry. I've only read issue 1, so I can't speak on it. I'm gonna get the trade.
Y'all should read Giga. It's good.
I have Giga, the 3rd issue. I just have not read it yet. Out of all the comics I was trying to catch up on, I've only got a few left, and that's like one of the 5 that I haven't read yet.
Okay, so you know that the main character has built that robot, right?
Yep.
And she's kind of like dying, right? And so you got this kind of emotional thing, and then you have his friend that they reference, who dies in the 1st issue. They show it in the flashback. Right. Yeah, they think she's a terrorist, right? Mm-hmm. And somebody's blowing up these gigas and killing them, right? So even though they're just sitting there resting and they literally live in them, they're still alive, right? And they are considered these celestial god type beings. And some people that are not part of like this religion or this society, they're like supposedly like causing, they're performing acts of terrorism and they're blowing up and killing these beings. And one of his friends was accused of this and apparently lost her life. And in this one, they start making the connection between the two of them. And if you look on the cover there, I didn't even notice that this is him attempting to recreate his friend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying there?
Sure.
It's like this book gets so freaking emotional at times. And I mean, it's not going to make you cry or anything like that, but it's just, there's a lot going on in it and it's handled so freaking well. Oh my goodness. And the use of language. Some of the words are just passages of their scripture, right? That Alex obviously has had to create. He's basically had to create their religion. And he's writing these passages of their scripture that totally reflect what's going on so many different levels throughout the book with the characters and the story, the way it's unfolding. Fantastic stuff.
Oh, I love it. Can't wait to get into it.
I didn't like that one.
Really? That's okay.
I didn't like. I remember the first one. I kind of glanced through it and it looked really good and stuff. But then when I sat down and read it, I just thought that the if I'm remembering the right one, there was like just random like language and stuff in there that kind of felt out of place as far as like the use of language and stuff. You know, I think it was that book, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it like that. They're really talking about class in this and how it can be related to something as even like a religion. They basically live in a theocracy, you know, and then you have these people that are, I mean, religion and spirituality is a beautiful thing, but like when it becomes this tyrannical system of oppression, which has happened, we've seen it happen on our world, you know, with the Catholic Church and the Dark Ages and all this kind of stuff, where it's not about illuminating and growing people in a spiritual path, but like more about control. And that's what's going on here. They're like controlling, and then people are resisting against that. But one of the things with the language is that they're showing the difference in language between the classes. Yeah. And I maybe something, you know, when the trade's out, maybe you should check. I know you don't read trades, but I don't know, maybe something later on you can check out. But I think it's very, very rewarding and worth it.
Yeah. Take your word for it.
That's fine.
Hey, Ace of Spades, he says, I'm afraid to handle or read my comics now with the heavy CGC 9.8 speculation. Grab that book and rip it open, man. Grip it and rip it. Don't be afraid. There, look at Robbie. There's no bag and board on that thing, man. Have at it. That's what they're meant to be doing. So take it in the bathroom.
I'll get comments here be like, I don't like the way you handle your books and your videos.
Oh,
like, they're comics.
Bob was holding a trade paperback and he got like half the comic community blew up, man.
They're going to lynch me, man.
I know people that bag and board their trades.
I'm glad I don't live in Alabama.
Yeah, you'd be eating terrible chalupas, too.
Terrible pancake chalupas.
Alabama pancake. John Thomas says someone just fainted. That's what they're. Look, it's okay. It's still here. I can still read it. It's okay.
But they're like, can you send it in for a 9.8?
Man, I don't care. I hate CGCing goes to me.
I've never slabbed a book. So, you know, I don't even know how to slab a book. For real.
Mad respect. You send it in. They do it for you, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm too scared.
Mad respect for people that are into CGC. I know Bob likes graded books and stuff, and I think it's a wonderful part of the market, but it's not for me. So
yeah,
you can see how much respect I give these things. But I do. I give them so much respect.
I got that Venom third print, and that's the only book I've ever thought about slabbing up. And I'm like, dude, I ain't sending this shit in. It's a 9.8, bro. To me, I know it's a 9.8, and I'll get it back, and it'll be like a 9.2, and I'll just be pissed as hell. Or it'll come back like,
yeah, just do what everybody else does. Put it on eBay and just say, very fine and near mint.
Fives are the new 9.8s. Okay, shoot for something a little bit. You know, if I get a 5 on a book, it's perfect. That's going to be the new thing.
There are less 5.0s of modern comics than there are 9.8.
Exactly. Think about that. Robbie just dropped some knowledge on you guys.
Wow.
I got a 9.8. So does everyone else, man. But this is a 5, and I got 2 of them, and that makes a 10.
Yeah. Bob, you're next, my brother. You got another book you want to mention?
Yeah, actually, I have to leave in about a half an hour, and so there's some books that I just want to make sure that are mentioned by my side just really quick. So I definitely Bequest was a great book this month. Noctera was another one that I was really intrigued by.
Heck yeah.
Really loved Last Witch #3. Man, I can't wait for the next issue on that. Shadow Doctor. Wow. Okay, but let's talk about one of these two. I don't know which one to go with. You got Ultra Mega and The Count.
Ooh, you got Count.
Yes, I do. So let's just go ahead and talk about The Count then. Ibrahim Mustafa.
What is that one?
He's right here. He's an artist right here in Portland. He wrote and did the artwork inside of this.
That's a trade paperback.
Yeah,
it's a graphic novel.
It's a graphic novel.
That's not that's different.
And he's from right here in Portland. You should support him.
I don't know enough.
So when I first started reading this, I had a little trouble getting into it because his use of language, it didn't flow. And so I had to stop and start it a couple of times. But once I got into it, man, it is a direct pull from The Count of Monte Cristo. I don't know if you are into that. It's more of a futuristic take on it. I love the book. I love the movie. My favorite, there's been like a bunch of the movies that have come out. And my favorite one is the one with Jim Caviezel and Guy Pearce.
Yes.
This one doesn't have too much of the spiritual aspect of the story, which is something I love in The Count of Monte Cristo. But man, this is a masterful telling. And especially when they get to the relationship between the main character and his female counterpart. They've been apart for a long time. When they finally come back together, the realization, the emotion that's on the page, and the complete anger after she dies blew me the hell away in the final fight of this book. It's everything that you want out of the Count of Monte Cristo story. All the tropes are there and included, especially when it comes to that emotional crescendo at the end of the book. And I enjoyed it immensely. I was very happy that my LCS had it. I wasn't sure if they were going to be getting it, and I've read it twice so far, and it's really good. So I'm assuming, Robbie, you read it as well.
Oh yeah,
twice.
Yeah, I read it twice.
Wow,
that's dope. I got to read it before it came out because we had Ibrahim on the show, and super cool dude. And he's actually my buddy Brian, who's part of the Excitable PCP crew. He's actually Brian's cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so he came on to the show. We had a great conversation. He's a great dude. He's actually sent me a original sketch of the main character that's going to be in our 10K giveaway package. So that's really, really cool. I loved it. And I love The Count of Monte Cristo. I love that movie that you mentioned. And don't forget that Richard, the original Dumbledore, Richard Harris is in the film too.
Yeah.
As the prisoner, right? And dude,
oh my gosh.
So it's a very sci-fi version of it. But what impresses me so much about Ibrahim's work, and he's done work on James Bond. He's done work. He's done Godzilla work. He did one of the issues of Godzilla Goes to Hell, or Godzilla in Hell. But with the James Bond work in particular, which he did, I think, did he do Solstice? I think James Bond Solstice he completely did. The way he does action is magnificent.
Absolutely amazing.
The way he paces it, the way it flows. There are moments of this book where it's a little bit dense, more so towards the beginning, right? And it gets a little dense, but then it like is perfectly paced with its action scenes. You'll have 20 pages of just no dialogue, but just exciting action. And you're just like flipping through it, like when you're watching a movie and you're like getting to the swashbuckling, but it's all in space, right? Or they're all flying around on jetpacks and stuff. The coloring by Brad Simpson is amazing. The lettering by Hassan Osman El Hal is fantastic. A really good work. And I'm not just saying that because he's my homie's friend and now my friend, and he's hooking us up with a sketch. Like, Ibrahim is a master talent, a super cool dude, and Count is absolutely amazing and well worth it.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it so much. I have to let him know that Bullseye Bob read it twice already.
Absolutely. And he's right here in Portland.
Yeah, he's up there. He lives with every other comic book creator, apparently.
That's right. Portland Coffee and Comics, buddy. And brew pups. I mean, really, you're right that the action, the way he displays it on the page is just incredible. And I don't know, I've never been, you said the colorist is, what is his name?
Brad Simpson. It's the guy that, he colors Coffin Bound, for instance, right now.
Oh, okay. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's definitely a painted style, but the tone throughout the whole book is just amazing. Who's the other guy inside of the movie with Jim Caviezel?
Guy Pearce?
No. His sidekick, Guzman, I think is his last name.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. He's in Community. He's in so many funny things.
What's that?
Luis Guzman.
That dude, There's a scene inside of that movie that just I mean, I love it. He's all, look, we go into town, we kill everybody, boom, 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 boom. We make her back and spend the treasure. How was that a bad plan? I just love that scene, man.
And I thought he did some clever interpretations of the story. You know, like when he was on the show, he talked about how long and dry the book actually is. Mm-hmm. But like how the movies always kind of pace it to be much more exciting. And when you watch these movies, you think the book will be, and he was like, man, it's actually not. It's not this swashbuckling adventure. But he's like,
one of my favorite books of all time. Yeah.
And this is a great, real, and the package. I know a lot of people may not know about Humanoids, but their packaging, like it's a trade paperback they got. I love it when they do this stuff. There's Ibrahim right there. Handsome man. He's also a break dancer.
Is he really?
Yeah. And I was trying to convince him that because he does action so well. Why is you keep spotlighting me?
Dude, you were showing the picture. Of
I know. I'm just
right away.
Sorry.
They didn't even get to see it.
Ladies.
Here you go. So he's a break dancer.
You were saying he was so handsome.
He is. Look at him.
Oh, you're right.
And he's like impeccably dressed like all the time. Like he's always wearing like vests and suits and shit. But anyway, because he's so good at portraying action and he is a break dancer, I was trying to convince him that he should do the first comic book about break dancing. Breaking 3.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo, man. Come on.
Hey, what was that movie you guys?
Come on, Gore.
What?
What was the movie you guys kept talking about?
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, is there a certain one? I thought you were saying there was a couple versions of it.
There probably is, but it's the one from the early 2000s. It's got Guy Pearce, Jim Caviezel, and Richard Harris.
Yeah, I think they've done that movie like since, I don't know, like 4 or 5 different times since the 30s. So
it's based on a really popular book, Dylan.
Yeah. I got that. I was asking which was the movie that you guys were like the year
written by the guy that did Three Musketeers,
different
and the Man in the Iron Mask.
Yeah, was it Dumas?
Alexander Dumas.
Yeah, Dumas. That's right. I remember when I was a kid. I was like Alexander Dumbass.
That commercial.
The name is Dumas.
I love it.
Looks like there's 2 of them, one in 75 and one in 2002.
Hey, Shadowhawk.
All right, Bueller.
Yep.
What's your next pick, my brother?
All right, here we go. We're gonna go with this.
Bueller.
You ready for this one?
Yeah.
First off, Bob, is that a new shirt?
No.
Interesting.
Don't even start, man.
What, man? I don't think you've worn that on the show before. So, anyway,
I wanted on
this one. ENIAC.
I can't get it.
ENIAC number 1. Curious if you guys like this or not. I thought it was actually pretty good. I was a little worried. I didn't care about any of the hoopla around, what they're doing, but I just wanted to have a good book. And surprisingly, when I picked it up, it was good. I thought the story was awesome. Had naked ladies in it. I was more than happy about that. That's always a plus. It's about a supercomputer. It's kind of a whopper. It's like War Games type thing. If you guys remember Ferris Bueller and War Games and stuff like that, that's what it is. Supercomputer kind of takes over everything and stuff, and they're gonna try to secretly, for some reason, make it secret, like the computer wouldn't know, and they get 2 naked ladies to go take care of it and stuff like that. So these 2 naked ladies are going to go take care of this supercomputer and wipe it out. So, I mean, that's perfect. Right? No?
No, I really enjoyed the story.
Where did Robbie go? Really?
I have no idea.
Jesus.
I really enjoyed the story. I really enjoyed the artwork. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. And having the call back to War Games, was awesome. Yeah. Classic movie from the 80s. But really, I mean, I didn't know what to expect from it. I don't like their business plan. I think it's kind of I don't know. It seems like they're trying to do something that cuts people out of possibly getting.
That's why Robbie left.
Is that right? He's pissed.
He got banned. He got banned. They banned him.
John Thomas Bueller. Was it good?
Great. That was good. Sorry, Robbie got banned.
There you go. But no, I really enjoyed it. Again, pleasantly surprised. Didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did, and it was top quality. It was good.
And this is the first print when everyone lost their panties for and stuff like that. So we're going to give this book away for our 20,000 subscriber. I'm not going to hang on to it. So this is be one of the giveaways. You know, I got a cover price, so pass it along. I'll keep the second.
There you go. The one that's not the second print, but it's called not the first print.
Yeah, whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Robbie, what's wrong, man? You got all upset.
When? What are you talking about?
You just took off, man. We showed a book. You're like,
I had to replace my battery.
Oh, you okay? So what's your thoughts on ENIAC?
I didn't read it. I think that whole thing's a bad idea.
Ah!
I wish someone else would have thought of that pun.
Hey, look at how
cool
cool that logo is. That the new logo? That looks so fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you didn't see that? We were talking about it before the show.
No, that's dope. I like that. No, I haven't read it. I hear it's really good, but it's not available digitally, right? And we're not getting them. So like, I've said this. I want to cover them, but they got to send me them.
Yeah.
I just read digital copies. I would cover it, but
yeah,
I ain't going on my way. That's a ridiculous thing, and I do not like the rules that are set. That's why we're not going to carry them. Is because we ain't following that BS. An issue number 1, especially something that gets spec'd on, sells crazy. We would have to order each subsequent issue 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 the exact same number. That ain't how it works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like sales pretty much go down by half on issue number 2s. Then they go down again on issue 3, and then they start leveling out 4, 5, and 6. So that's a terrible burden that they're putting on these shops, I think. But more power to them.
Yeah.
And they're not allowed to sell them for market value. They're only allowed to sell them at MSRP. That's cool. I like that idea. And they're only but there's just I don't know. It's a bad idea.
It's interesting because it's definitely something that, you know, it's a 50-50 split on the shops. You know, a lot of shops like yours, what you're talking about, felt the same way, and a lot of them jumped right on board. You know, so it's weird to see that, and I'm kind of leaning more towards what you just said. You know, as far as, you know, I think I mentioned to Bob, I said, what if the consumer had to do the same thing? What if the customer came in and you said, hey, if you're buying number 1, guess what? You're buying 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, whether you like the book or not, you got to do it. That's a commitment. And that's kind of, the consumer wouldn't go for that, you know? Yeah. So
the selling it at cover price guaranteed, like that's cool. And that protects the customers, right? Yeah. But at the same time, then though, to force these shops, like if you sell 100 copies of an issue 1 of something, especially something that's spec'd on, you ain't selling 100 copies of issue 6.
Yeah.
And you're going to be stuck with them.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're returnable. So what's the point? I don't know. It's just me. But I hear it's really good, and they got some really great talent on these. Is this the Matt Kent one, or is the Matt Kent one the next one?
Yeah, this is the Matt Kent. But I think this is the first time I've read a book that Robbie didn't read. This is pretty awesome. You know what, Robbie?
And it's not a principal thing, but they got to send it to me.
Now I know how it feels. This is great.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think Matt Kent is doing like
I could read it if I really wanted to. I bet some skeevy people have done some skeevy things online, and I believe it's probably out there.
Some skeevy people. Just order the damn thing. It's $4.
That should be a new show. Robbie Skeevy reads. Just stuff he gets off the dark web, you know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was good. I thought it was, as far as their first book that they put out, apparently, I really enjoyed it. I was surprised. That was my main thing. I don't care about all the crap that's going around with it, what they're talking about. I just wanted it to be a good book, and it turned out to be pretty good. So I was happy about that.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't get to read it. My shop honestly wouldn't. They're too small of a shop. They wouldn't go for exactly for why Robbie said. Like, he'll buy.
Well, at least with a smaller
like
shop,
3.
maybe he could order 5. And then ordering five, 5, and 5 is more doable than ordering, say, like 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500.
See, he'd only do it, though, if somebody specifically orders it. He's not just ordering stuff just because you have to if you don't specifically order it, but 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get it.
No.
I just don't understand the business plan of a company that's specifically seemingly targeting speculators, right? Like, it seems like they're real, and I get it. They have the other printing. What's the difference between the two printings?
The different color.
Isn't the set? It's a second,
black,
but it's not a second.
On the top, and then the second or the not first printing is the black lettering, and it says on the back not first printing, and that's it. That's the only difference.
It just seems so weird. Like, why would you ever want to limit your audience in any kind of way?
Yeah.
It seems like you would want to get your books into as many hands as possible.
Yeah.
But maybe the whole point is that it's all just development for some studio. You know, like maybe they got a first look deal like Boom has or something.
Mike, I don't want to accuse anyone of anything, but remember, were you ever in the baseball cards? And there was Upper Deck was really popular, and then Ken Gifford Jr. was like the big card, and there was like a conspiracy that Upper Deck had uncut sheets of Ken Griffey Jr. cards to sell individually, to make the money or whatnot, and you wouldn't find them in any of the packs or whatnot, but they had sheets and they could just print as many as they want, and it just flooded it whatnot. I don't want that to creep into something like this, but that could be something to where it's like, hey, we're going to do this to create a secondary market buzz on this, and we're just going to be the one selling them online. And
because they're not allowing the shops to do it. They already banned like a couple, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, that creeped in my mind a little bit when I heard this thing, and I don't want anyone to think I'm accusing them of doing it, but just something I was thinking about is like, what's to stop this publisher from just like say, hey, we're just going to sell our copies of the books for $100 on eBay on a different account or something like that. There's nothing wrong with that morally it's wrong, but there's nothing stopping them from doing that. They've artificially created the buzz for the book to sell for more than what the cover price does, and they can control it themselves. So anyway, but that's not happening. That's just me talking.
Just conspiracies.
Yeah, the Department of Truth. Earth flat. I love lamp.
Yeah. Good thinking, Bueller.
Great book, by the way. I really enjoyed it.
Let's see. I think I'm next. But I guess I'll say, I enjoyed Alien.
I did too. This was a good month for Marvel too. Alien was way surprising, bruh.
Strange Academy is always phenomenal. So, but yeah, Alien, I really dug it, man. This was one like I was really excited for, but I was ready as hell for Marvel to let me down.
Yeah, that was a great spread there, Robbie.
Yeah. Great colors in it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Guru effects.
There was definitely some.
Yeah.
From one page to another, it'd be fine. You'd flip the page and like extreme violence with people getting thrown off and stuff. I thought it was a great book. I was really surprised. And Robbie filled me in on the time zone or the time frame, which I didn't know. So I appreciate that and stuff. But artwork was good. Story was good. I'm excited I want Aliens to cross over into the Marvel Universe. Maybe do an event or something. Standalone event would be really cool. Just to see something like that. They did little one shots back in the day, like little, Aliens versus Superman or whatever with DC, or I think a couple like that. I think I have some of those.
Yeah, and they did. They crossed over with Wildstorm too.
Yeah,
because the aliens were directly responsible. The Xenomorphs were for ending Stormwatch, basically.
Yeah,
which is a funny story because Warren Ellis was told we are going to do an alien crossover, and he goes, "I don't want to do that. That sounds stupid." They're like, "You're going to do it." And he's like, "All right." So he kills his whole half his team off panel.
No. I thought the setup for the alien ones was pretty easy as well. I thought they set up the story really good. It's gonna, you kind of know where they're going. the dad's going to go after his son, to go, get him or whatnot, and save him. So it's a pretty easy setup and stuff. And they introduced the characters really easily and stuff. And then you saw the little tension between the father and son, his point of view and the father's point of view. And so I liked it. I was pleasantly surprised.
I liked it a lot too. Makes me excited for Predator. Did you guys hear that Predator has been pushed back till like November? It was just announced for June, and now they announced today that it's being pushed back till November.
Jeez.
I hope they did the Alien book.
Did Alien sell like a lot of copy, like 300,000? That's what
it sold really well. Yeah, all the covers too, and one of those Momoko covers I actually like. Like I really like the Momoko cover, but the Momoko cover for the Carnage book, which I did not like the Carnage book, the issue 1, but the cover that she did was awesome. Alien was really good though.
Yeah,
I agree. If they ever do a crossover into the Marvel universe, Two Gun actually said it earlier. I'd love to see an X-Men and Alien book, and instead of the X-Men going up against the Brood, let's have them do the whole Alien thing. I'd love that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm bummed though about the Predator. I'm excited for Jerry Duggan, but yeah,
Ed Brisson's doing the Predator book.
Brisson? Oh, sorry, I mixed it up.
Oh, you're fine.
But yeah, I thought that this book was set up quite well, man, and it has some really good tense moments. So I hope they really crank it up in issue 2 from how it ended. But yeah, so it's good to see that it didn't disappoint, because I was really expecting it to, but I so badly didn't want to, and I'm hoping the same for Predator.
Look, Bob, I got you a shirt.
Sweet.
It's a Peach Momoko shirt.
Is that nice. Peach Momoko?
Yeah, you can put some peach on your chest.
All right.
Robbie, you got another pick, my brother?
Yeah, is it time to kind of just like go through my last picks here, because we're here in 2 hours, right?
We'll start wrapping it up with everyone.
Let me do a quick little. These are to me some of the other best books of the month. Another Marvel one, X-Men number 19. Holy crap! Hickman getting to be Hickman again. He's got his timelines. He's got his charts. He's got all that cool stuff. I'm loving it. It's X-23. Wolverine Laura, and it's Darwin and Sync, and they're going through the vault. Like, this was amazing. This was incredibly well done, intricately well thought out. Total Hickman. I'm loving Department of Truth. I loved this issue. This is about the Men in Black. Tyler Boss on the artwork. I'm loving those Deviations issues. I Breathed a Body, number 3. What if David Cronenberg did The Social Network? That's what it is. What if Clive Barker told us a story about social media influencers? This book is gross, it's nasty, and it's really doing some stuff that I've never seen before as far as the story goes. Haha. Number 3. This book was really, really good. You guys already mentioned Shadow Doctor.
Pew, pew.
The Green Lantern season 2, number 12, the final issue. Holy crap. Like, some of the best Liam Sharp artwork I've ever seen. You could take any of these panels and airbrush them onto the side of a van, and you would be the coolest fucking person in your neighborhood. And it was a really great wrap up. Fantastic, wild, weird. Homesick Pilots. You're right. We didn't get Picture of Everything Else, but we did get Homesick Pilots. This was one of the best issues yet. It's getting crazy. This was action-packed, which I was not expecting to see such an action-packed horror story about punk rock. And then, by the way, Dan Waters is going to be on PCP.
Yes.
May 13th, the Thursday after my birthday. We talked about Noctera briefly. I love this. I agree with you, Bob. This book was great. That's the glow-in-the-dark cover that I got right there, because I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark stuff. This book was really cool because it's a Snyder book that had a really cool concept, but it was really anchored by characterization. Maniac of New York, balls to the wall, awesome. This is the Jason sequel we never got, but always deserved. And this better end with him getting cryogenically frozen and launched off into space. Ultra Mega, wild, great Ultraman kaiju. Like, this is the inverted, twisted dark underworld upside down version of Ultraman, right, Bob?
Absolutely.
Fantastic stuff. Once and Future's great.
Just really quick inside of Ultra Mega, did you guys catch the call back to Excalibur in that book?
Dude, my shop will have it. I finally got it this week, so I'm gonna have it tomorrow because I was really hyped for that. That's why I was so bummed because I wanted to read. There's a few I really wanted to read before.
I did not, Bob.
Am I the only person that geeked out on that? There's a scene inside of there that came directly from the 80s Excalibur movie where you got Arthur and Damodred, who's going to take over the crown. He shoves the spear into him and says, "Come on, Father, let us embrace." And there's a scene inside of here where the Ultra Mega basically has him skewered, and he says the same line. I was like, "That's awesome." Anyway, didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, keep going on with your books, Robbie.
Oh, you're fine. Awesome. Once and Future, number 17, another great book. We mentioned Carmen already. I really, really like this book. It's wild. I thought Bueller would really like it because there's like a nude woman just like throughout most of the issue.
The whole thing.
Which one?
Carmen.
Yeah,
Carmen?
I looked at it. I didn't read it.
Autumnal had a really great issue. This was the best issue of that series. It really blows up. Proctor Valley Road was a new one from Grant Morrison with Alex Child. They're basically going to be creating this for a show too. But I liked it's kind of like a Stranger Things vibe, but a little bit different, a little bit grittier, a little bit more 70s. Rorschach continues to just astound me, as well as Strange Adventures, two really great Tom King books. Cover of the month for me, Stray Dogs, number 2, Pet Sematary homage. And then last, I want to talk about Witchblood real quick because I thought this was really, really fun. I am really sad that I'm not going to get the $100, 100 copy only limited Easy Rider homage movie poster cover that's glow in the dark. But Witchblood was actually really, really fun and had some really nice, vibrant, colorful artwork. It was zany. It has a vampire biker gang called the Hounds of Love. It's silly. It's fun. And once you unclench, you really enjoy it. Anyway, best books of the month for me.
What company put that out?
That's Vault.
Vault? Okay.
And it's done by Lisa Sturley and Matthew Ehrman. Really good stuff.
Nice. Dude, I'm going to be so pissed if my shop doesn't have that, because I didn't get Stray Dogs 2. I got to read it, but if I don't get that Pet Sematary homage, I'm going to be bummed. So we'll see if I get it next week, hopefully. But go ahead, Bob. You got a handful of books you want to talk about, my man?
Actually, I went through those earlier.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry.
I agree with it. One other book I wanted to show that I thought was phenomenal this month, DC.
Oh, I got that was in my stack too. I was gonna run it. It's a good one, man.
That's for sure. But you guys, I really have to go, so I'm gonna let you guys finish off the show. It has been amazing to hang with you guys tonight. Always love hanging out with my brothers, chopping it up on comics. Just wanted to mention, check out Bueller and I on the Coffee and Comic Show on Monday. We're gonna have a great topic. And then also this Thursday, nobody's heard about this yet, but this Thursday, we're going to have a show on my channel, Everything Comics, called March Madness Aftermath. And we got some great people that are going to get together and talk about all of the great content we got on TV and movies this month. We're going to go over the Snyder Cut. We're going to go over Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're going to go over Invincible and Godzilla versus Kong. And then also, we also got the last episode of WandaVision that also dropped in March, and we're going to go over it all and to give our thoughts on it. That'll be Thursday night, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's going to be an awesome show. You guys, thank you so much for having me on tonight. I love you all, and I'll talk to you all later. You take care.
Love you, Bob.
Bye,
Station.
Bob. That's Bob.
Yeah.
Bob still did this thing.
I know.
And Big Herm. Actually, Bob had mentioned The Last Witch, I believe. The issue 3, I think.
Great issue.
Yeah. But yeah, Nightwing was awesome. It's great to see freaking Dick Grayson get a good story, or at least a good issue, man, because I feel like that's been a shaky one, you know. They even mentioned him not knowing. I'm like, don't even mention it. Don't even mention that he didn't know who he was. But Bueller, you got some books you want to show off, my man?
I don't have any in the show, but I just want to mention a few of them.
That's fine. That's yeah.
Spawn has still been really good. Came out this week and stuff. I read that one. Loving
I am
Spawn right now.
so ready for a Plague Spawn action figure.
Oh yeah, I thought it was great.
Dude,
Oh my
right?
god,
You finally get to see him a little bit in this one and stuff, so I really enjoyed that.
he's awesome.
Besides just on the cover, what's another one? The Recount #3 came out. Another really, really strong title. It's one of my favorites right now. It's a little hard to find. Just is what it is, you know. So if anyone's looking for it, you can probably still order it through Scout themselves. My shop was short, so I have to find it somewhere else to have the physical copy. The other one, you have it. I have it coming. I got the Rogue Traders hooking me up.
Okay, nice. We always have plenty of Scout. If you ever need anything, let me know.
Man, I wish my comic shop could say the same. What was it? Oh, I want to hit on Shadow Doctor, which is actually one of my close to my favorite book of the month. And issue 2 came out, and Shadow Doctor is the true story about the writer's grandfather or great grandfather, I'm not sure, and how his grandfather or whatever was a doctor during Prohibition in the 20s. And he went to school to become a doctor, and he's African American. And when he graduated, he wasn't able to find work. No hospital would hire him. He wanted to go get a loan to start up his own practice. No bank would give him a loan, and he had a history with the mob because of when he was younger. He kind of was wrapped up in that scene, so he goes and kind of rekindles that relationship with them. And he goes to Al Capone, which is, that's the main mob guy. And so Al Capone in this issue, he's big fans of this kid and stuff. He finally agrees to just front him the money to take care of himself. He doesn't consider it a loan. He's like, I want you to have it. And there's this really great conversation with Al Capone and his mother in the kitchen. And she's like, she saw that the boy, and she's like, I really see something in him. And he's the type of guy, he just needs a break. And Al Capone at that time, he kind of looked at himself kind of like Robin Hood, trying to help people out and stuff like that. And so he, fronts the kid some money to get the ball rolling. And then there's a kind of a cliffhanger at the very end of the issue. But just to know that this whole story is actually a real story, that it was being told at the bedside, when this man was dying, when the grandfather was dying, he kept this whole thing a secret to his whole family until he was on his deathbed, and then told his son, I have to tell you about my life, years ago. And just it puts you at that bedside, and it did in the first issue, and it does in the second issue. And I'm really hoping that a story like this actually does get translated to a movie or a show, because it would be something I would love to watch. So one of my favorite books, definitely worth. Well, it's by Aftershock, and they're killing it. They're putting out some really good titles right now. So
they really are. Did you like the second issue of Nuclear Family? Did you read that yet?
I got it. I haven't read it. I peeked through it a little bit and stuff, because I meant to read it today.
Yeah, it's a really good direction that they're going in, I think. Okay. It's really, really cool. And they're the ones that do I Breathe the Body, which I thought was just Dylan, you got to make sure you stay caught up on that one, because it's the most gnarly horror comic out there.
Yeah, I picked up number 3 of Breathe the Body, and I missed number 2, and I had somebody the Rogue Traders getting it for me, so I'm getting number 2 probably next week, so we get caught up.
Nice. Issue 3 was this week?
Yeah.
I'll be ready. That'll be one of the first I read when I get it tomorrow.
It's so messed up. It's so messed up. You read issue 2, Dylan?
Yeah.
Bruh, right?
Yeah. Dude. So I'm really that's one I'm definitely staying up with. I try to stay up with as many as I can. Sometimes they slip through the cracks, especially with my screwed up schedule. And now it's even worse. Now I'm going to first shift, and then I'll still do a third shift, and then I'll do another first shift. It's like,
so the horror show is going to be earlier this week, y'all.
Yeah. 7 p.m. Eastern. But I'm hoping it won't be like that for long. I think it'll only be like that for a couple weeks. But yeah. I don't think I think this was from this month, probably early in the month, but Something is Killing the Children, number 15. I think it was the end of the story arc. I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dude, setting up big things to come, and I'm super excited for that. I gotta give this one a shout just because you showed me the writer, Michael Morasi's been doing the Star Wars Adventures. I've been loving it. There's been 2 stories most of the time in each one. Morasi or Marecki does one of them. That's the one I've been feeling obviously the most because he's pretty good with Star Wars. It's a fun one. Nothing gonna change your life, but I'm just a fan of Michael. Speaking of,
have you heard about his new book, Barbaric? He's got coming out.
I put it on my pool. I think
I read the first issue. It's really good, dude.
Is it? I think I might try to get that the homage cover. I was trying to debate between the homage or that A cover. They're both dope. But yeah, so the plot ended. Yeah, you know, great ending, you know. Oh shit. My computer's about to die. I got 10 minutes. But yeah, the plot, I forgot my charger's back there, but I thought that was awesome. And it was a great wrap up, you know. Firepower, that I believe came out. This one might not be the issue. Maybe it was 10. I don't know. But Firepower definitely came out, and I've been loving that. You know, it's got that little bit of kung fu in it that I've really been liking in the crazy, what was it? The leader or whatever, the teacher with the Jordans. Also, I read Nottingham, and it was pretty dope. Nothing that's gonna change your life, but it could have some potential to get better. So I was gonna drop it after issue 1, but I love I love all that King Arthur, Red Riding Hood, all that kind of stuff. So honestly, the ending kind of pulled me in a little bit more, but I kind of saw everything coming. So yeah, but the main reason I mentioned it because it seemed like people were hyping this up for some reason, like it was going for like more than cover. I don't know why.
I think it got optioned or something. I don't know, but for some reason that first week, like it was a spec book for some reason.
Yeah,
because somebody came in looking for it, and they're like, "We can't find Nottingham." It's like, "Oh, we should have plenty of Nottingham." And I was like, "How the hell did we sell out of a Mad Cave book?" And apparently, then I looked it up, and everybody was after it for some reason.
I know. Well, I was just surprised. I mean, because I like Mad Cave for their story.
You like Mad Cave?
You don't hear them.
A month from now, we got a new one coming out called Beck Star. You sci-fi fans are going to want to check it out. It is written by Joe Corallo, who's going to be joining us again on the show April 22nd.
Yeah, I think I added that one to my poll. But yeah, Bueller, you already went. What am I thinking? So yeah, we're done. So that's the monthly show. Bueller, you got anything going on before we head out of here, my brother? I know you got something going on. 20K coming.
Yeah, we got 20K right around the corner. But I just want to say that next month it's my turn, right? I think next month is.
Yes, next month it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because we're gonna get the King in Black ties up and everything. I'll be over, so we'll get to review that. And the Venom, whatever that is. So looking forward to next month whenever we do that, and have my exclusive on next month as well, so we can talk about that book, see if Robbie liked it or if Dylan liked it. So that should be kind of cool. But just the coffee video on Monday, and actually Bob's coming over tomorrow morning at like 8 to film the thing. Give me a break. He's like, "Hey, do you mind if I come over at 8?" So he changed it from like 2:30 in the afternoon to 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, okay, you know. So that's what's going on tomorrow. But yeah, the coffee video on Monday. And thank you everyone who watched the coffee video this week. We've had such a great response for that. And so many just great comments that people left, and really appreciative to all those. The really good things they said about Bob and getting Bob to show some of his artwork. I really liked him doing that. And you guys all were really great and received that really well. So I really appreciate that from everyone. And of course, Robbie's on there as well. And he's got his horrible picks of the week and stuff. Which, you know what, which is awesome. And congratulations to Robbie for hitting the 10K, goddammit.
Oh, man.
I said like a mess. I'm like, you at 10K yet? I mentioned him like a few times, and it's really
he's
cool.
like, I'm tired of waiting on this shit, man. Call Perry. He's got 20 accounts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting. I'll have to delete 10 of my accounts here as soon as I see that one pop up next to the 10 and stuff. But congratulations, Robbie. I think that's awesome. And we're shooting for that 20K hopefully soon. It's kind of the goal, and it's pretty awesome that people were enjoying. Maybe Dylan's computer broke.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Well, he's on his phone. He's on his phone.
It said I had 10 minutes left.
Yeah, don't pay attention to those numbers. But anyway, congratulations, Robbie, on hitting that milestone. That's pretty awesome, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'm proud of you for getting so near 20K. And I appreciate everything that you do, Bueller. You, Dylan, everybody out there in the Army, and everybody out there in the chat, in the community. Y'all are big supporters, and we have a really loyal, great group at Pop Culture Philosophers, and I love every single one of you guys. So thank you so much for 10K. The 10K giveaway is coming up very soon. Expect that video to drop Monday. It'll be a week-long contest where you'll just comment on the video, and it's a really great package. There's like this Ultraman Blu-ray set that John's got. There's a Key-ish comic book that's going to be in it. There's a curated selection of graphic novels from me, the original sketch by Ibrahim Mustafa. There's going to be lots of goodies in it. A signed PCP poster, a PCP pin, lots of really fun stuff. So be on the lookout for that. We got Rockin' Robbie Live coming up Sunday night. It's going to be a Teen Dog Shades night for Easter. There's not going to be a weekly pop culture wrap up this week. Taking the weekend off for that, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I don't plan my whole Sunday around that.
Oh man, really?
I know.
Yeah, because I'm not doing nothing for Easter. Give me a break.
Oh man, maybe I'll still do it. I don't know. It depends because we're doing the Dylan Horror Show earlier when I would normally make that video, and usually after a Dylan's Horror Show, I'm spent. There's just so much weird stretching going on Saturday nights on Dylan's Horror Show. So that's exciting. We have on Thursday, we have Jennifer from Comics Will Break Your Heart coming onto the channel.
Nice.
I'm excited for that. And then I think next Friday, I'm going to be on Journo's Comics and Pop Culture. I think I'm going to be on his Friday night live stream. And then the next week after that, April 15th, Tax Day, we got Bueller coming on to the show to have a chat.
Do we?
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you have to cancel?
I don't know. That man, I tell you, I'm a little nervous. I leave on the 16th, okay? And I get my book on the 14th. And so I have literally a day to ship hundreds of books. And I'm a little worried about getting all that done.
Right. April 15th, we've got Dylan on the show.
Don't count me out. Okay.
We're planning on Bueller, but we'll see. If not, we'll do somebody else. And then the week after that, April 22nd, I believe is it. Joe Corralo's coming back on the show. The Joe bit. We're gonna have fun. So. Oh, and April 16th, Perry will be joining us for PCP Movie Night when it returns. Dazed and Confused, one of my favorite movies.
I can't believe you got Perry on that one.
Yeah.
I figured if any movie he's really good to bring on for, it's Dazed and Confused.
He doesn't even know what it is.
He'll watch it. He'll do a whole video. I'm giving him material. I'm giving him content.
We watched that in high school when I in class.
Oh, in class?
Yes.
Nice.
We made a deal with our history teacher, and she's like, "How come you guys never show up to my class?" And we're like, "Because it's boring." And like she goes, "If you guys all come to class one time, you guys can do whatever you want the next day." So we all got together, and all of us decided to go to her class. We all showed up. There's like 22 of us. And she goes, "Oh, thank you." We took a class picture. She's like, "What do you want to do?" And we're like, "We want to watch Dazed and Confused." And so she went and rented a VCR or whatever, the tape or whatnot. And we sat there and watched Dazed and Confused in history class. It was wonderful.
Dude,
and
that's an entirely Dazed and Confused type thing to do.
Yeah. And then when they get to the mailbox and the old man, we all got up and said, "Fuck you, old man." It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Sorry,
busting mailboxes is a felony offense.
It was good times.
That's a great movie.
Hey, Dylan.
Hey, Bueller. Yeah. So, also April 24th, Bueller's coming on the horror show for a little hangout birthday stream.
Yeah, somebody better keep track of this stuff because I ain't doing it.
Yeah, we will. We'll let you know. The Night of the Bueller.
And
It's going to be
then
what?
also-
Night of the Creeps, Night of the Comet, and Night of the Demons. I'm so excited.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be dope as hell. Also, reminder, I know Robbie said it already, but horror show is 7 p.m. Eastern this Saturday instead of 10. It won't always be like that, but
And what are we talking
I gotta
about?
wake up at 6 a.m. for work. Talking about top 10 underrated horror films that we feel don't get the love they deserve. Should be fun. So that's I know I'm always crying wolf for a lot
people
of
under the
movies.
stairs.
And Robbie's like, dude, dumb as hell.
Children under the stairs. There you
People
go.
Under the Stairs is. I think that might be on my list, Bueller.
Really?
Yeah, the Wes Craven film. I love that movie. Ving
Yeah,
Rhames.
that one is
So freaking good.
for me.
The shouts,
I
the
told
Scream
you for
Factory is
that
on
one.
sale right now. And I need to get it. It's like $13.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
That's
I'll
one
get
that
the
scared
slip.
my grandmother.
What about Shocker? Shocker on your list?
Shocker is. I just recently got Shocker not too long ago, so
Oh,
I'm thinking of I want to only put one of them. They're both Wes Craven films, and between Wes Craven underappreciated films, I think Serpent in the Rainbow, People Under the Stairs, and Shocker.
I can't stand Serpent in the Rainbow.
Oh, I love it. It's when he nails his dick to the chair, right? You don't like that
God,
scene?
it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Some
I'm
thing.
alive.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
God.
But thanks everyone for hanging out, y'all. And we'll catch you later.
Sure.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Hey, what's
Did
going
that
on?
intro even work?
Yeah, it
Can
worked.
end
We
it.
saw it, man.
That was great, dude.
It didn't show. It won't let me end it though.
Yeah, I know that. Still says
Oh, there
Dylan
you go.
Comedy.